What's up, everybody? Well, as usual, we never, ever, ever, ever start on time is what the way it actually works out. So we are back to do something a little bit new. And over the past few weeks, we've done some different things on the show, kind of like some big Google Hangouts. We're actually doing something a little different. So this is actually episode 1 of a new show I'm calling the Beer Flow. And we're going to be talking about all different type of beer stuff. We're going to be going over some different things. We're going to try to keep the drama off the radar if possible so people can really enjoy the show and find out the details they want to get. Of course, I am the host, Rod J, here in Cincinnati. And I got Average Joe for the first time exclusively showing himself here on the show out of Buffalo.
Make fun of this atrocity on my face. I'm okay with it.
We got Drunken One down in Texas.
Salute.
Outside Houston. And
yeah, just north of Houston.
And we got John doing something where you see a ceiling of his house. Or his t-shirt. I don't know what that is, but he's actually down in Alabama. We have Ron Terrio, who came back, had technical difficulty, but he'll be back in. He's down in Louisiana. So what are we doing now with this show? I thought I'd try some different things and, kind of still cover the same fun stuff we used to do before, but also take a look at some other things happening in the beer world. And the idea behind the show here is something that I actually talked a little bit with Joe yesterday about, and I told some of the other guys kind of came up with. We want to get more stuff involved. And one of the things that I want to do is get more people on here that people can actually enjoy and entertain, talk to some of the different brewery companies, maybe have some brewery interviews, have some different focus type things, and just kind of want to take the show in a different direction and, of course, make it fun for everybody. So hopefully you guys hang out and enjoy some of the stuff we're doing. Tonight, I am actually drinking one from Mad Tree Brewing here in Cincinnati, and it is their Entropic Theory. So this is a special release. And I do have a review upcoming on this one that I created after the first one. This is actually one that Mad Tree put together to support kids that were involved in science and basically STEM research. So, again, one of those great craft brewery things where they're giving back to the community and also doing things that help out the next generation, which we know are going to probably need help. So we're going to need them to need help because we're going to need help because we'll be the older generation. So those millennials we joke about will be actually the ones taking care of us when we're in the nursing home. Just keep that in mind.
Millennials? Are we talking about Todd?
Yeah, by Todd, right? But that's what I'm drinking tonight. This is a nice India Pale Ale. Comes in at, I think it's 7.5. Yeah, 7.5% ABV. And what else is everybody else drinking tonight?
Well, I feel bad because I'm drinking a Canadian blended whiskey. I need to go find some beer.
Oh, nothing wrong with that.
It's not often I have liquor, but yeah, yesterday was my birthday, so I'm enjoying my birthday gifts.
Big happy birthday, drunk.
Thank you so much.
Happy belated.
Thank you so much.
Also, you said you were feeling bad, but you drink enough of that, you'd be feeling real good.
There you go. Yeah, a few more, and I'll be good to go.
Hey, what brand of whiskey is it?
It is. Oh, see, I knew you were going to ask that. It's Black Label. Usually, I like Seagram 7, but this particular one, yeah, it's Black Label. A little less expensive, and I don't usually drink it.
Black Velvet.
Black Velvet. Yeah, what did I say? Black Label.
Yeah, you said Black Label.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just started too. Yeah, it's Black Velvet.
Okay. Yeah, I have some of that in my cabinet, but I've never tried it.
It's okay. I'm not a real connoisseur. Like I said, I like the Seagram 7 myself, but and then my mom-in-law got me some Crown Royal, and you just can't go wrong with that. Yeah, that's all right by me.
Some of that last Friday, it was dynamite.
Yeah, it really is. It's pricey for a reason. It's good.
So do you save your purple bag too?
I probably have enough purple bags to make a whole bed sheet.
Everybody I know saves the purple bag. What do you go do? I don't know, but I got to keep it. I've got to keep it.
Oh, yeah. You just put things in there. You just whatever. And then, of course, you can't tell what's inside because you can't see through them. So what do you do? Albino Rhino's in the chat.
Oh, yeah. So what are you drinking, Joe?
I am drinking a Imperial IPA called Annie. It's from a New York State brewery called Good Nature Farm Brewery. They apparently locally source all their ingredients and use all the hops and barley, everything they get locally. It's pretty good. Although, you know, if I was Greg from Greg's Beer Reviews, I would flip out because there is no date on this can anywhere. So it's starting to taste a little bit like a American style barley wine type of thing going on, where a lot of the hops have faded, more of the malts are coming to the forefront. So yeah, it's solid, but it's probably, you know, like 3 months old.
That chaps my chapstick.
It does.
Well, I was going to go to a bad joke on my part, because I would say, Annie, is she okay?
If this wasn't your channel, Rod, and it was mine, I would go on a 3-minute rant about the canning date.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah,
I'm gonna respect your channel, though.
It's not hard to put a date on there. I tell you that.
Right.
So what are you drinking? What are you drinking, Jay?
Just drinking Milwaukee's Best, a premium. I was drinking Guinness earlier.
It's the crickets.
Who still has a pager?
It's the crickets. Your show's gone dead, Rod.
And I don't know what John's doing. John's just walking around.
Having a great time.
I drank some pretty good craft beers earlier today, though. In fact.
Hey, Jay. Hey, everybody. I'm drinking Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. I just had a steak with it, and I'm on my second glass, but dealing with some family issues right now, but not family issues, but in a good sort of way. So that's why I had put everything on silent. So
you're going with the classic Sierra Nevada.
Yes.
Yeah,
So earlier today, I actually drank. It was funny. Before I even get to what I drank, I was after work. We had a few beers after I got done work, meeting a few of the guys. I'm at the bar getting beer, and it was just funny. I started laughing. I don't know why I started laughing, but this one guy comes up there and he's asking the bartender, "Well, what do you got for a stone?" Because they had a stone tap. Like, I'm a stone guy, and I'm like. I'm like, who's a stone guy? Like, who says they're a stone guy? You know, you usually say you like stone or you drink stone, but you're a stone guy. Like, you know, just didn't make sense when I heard the person say it.
There's in the beer tubing community, there's one guy, he now stopped reviewing the crafty beer reviews, Johnny out of Ohio. He I think he reviewed something like 40 or 50 stone beers over the years, so he kind of considered himself like a stone guy, but I've never seen someone like proud of it and like trying to give high fives and like fist pumping like Derek Jeter in his prime.
Like, I'm a stone guy. Well, you know, it could have been him because it wasn't Cincinnati where it happened. You never know. You never know. I was interested to see, but just the way he said it, just his bold confidence, like, I'm a stone guy. Like, okay, I don't see you wearing a stone shirt or a stone hat, but you're a stone guy. Okay, cool. But I had the Alaskan Hopothermia today, which is a double IPA from them. Very nice, very balanced. And I started thinking double IPA versus single IPA. I think I'm definitely more a double IPA type person now. Well, I think the double IPAs are a little bit more balanced in the malts. They're not as bitter. They're bitter, but not as bitter as just the single IPAs, I find. And I think of all the different double IPAs I enjoy, it's got more of a little bit of a malty kick. And I don't know if you guys find that in some of your beers like that, but you think of like the Chill Wave or you think of the Lake Erie Monster, you get more of a maltiness out of it than you do just the bitterness.
Hey, Roger.
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell you real fast what I drank today?
Sure.
At 6:30 a.m.
Yeah, are you going for the first time you got up this morning? You had a whiskey pairing or something, didn't you?
Okay, so I'm not gonna get into that. That was a taste challenge, a Dawn Busters taste challenge. But I'm gonna talk about beer. And that the Dawn Busters went well, but I drank the East Meets West from Sierra Nevada Beer Camp 2017.
Yeah. Was it fresh though? Because I'm hearing a lot of the people are getting.
No, it was not
fresh.
I don't know about that beer. I have some. When we did it last time, we had it in the C. Like, no, I had it at a B minus. This time I brought it to a B plus, but it still had some weirdness about it. I don't know. A B plus is not bad, but you figure if it's a big collaboration like that, it's going to be some kind of dynamite thing. But it really wasn't. But it was fine. I didn't pay a lot for the whole 12 pack. It was only what, $15? No, I'm sorry, $25. Excuse me. And then after that, at lunchtime, I drank that Thai style iced tea ale.
I've seen that picture of that one. Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, and I think I solved the problem with this deal with the Google. I noticed when I was trying to get an Internet Explorer through the Facebook link, it wouldn't work. But when I fed it, yeah. But when I jumped on through the Google Hangouts link that you sent, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It didn't pop right up. So I don't know, there's some kind of interface problem with routing it through Facebook on my end with Internet Microsoft Edge Explorer. Anyway, so but Google Chrome is not working for me because you get that robotic thing, which I can't hear, but obviously everybody else can, and I can see it on the playback. All right, back to the beers. All right. Then the Thai beer, that Thai spiced iced tea, that wasn't working.
No, that's nope.
Wasn't good. It wasn't good at all.
No, it tasted like milk.
Who makes it? Who's the brewery that makes it, Jay?
Sierra Nevada and McKellar. It tasted like milk and some kind of subdued fruit, and it didn't taste like any kind of iced tea I ever had. And then it had this black pepper taste, like all the way through black pepper. Now, why would I want to drink fruit, black pepper, milk, and then drank it with a beer that had absolutely no aroma? I could not pull out aroma. It tasted like, y'all hear me all right?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Yeah, the aroma was like neutral. It was like virtually non-existent. It was so bizarre. I had to give that thing a C. I gave it a C plus. I guess I was being generous, but I said the highest I would go was a 78. That was the tip top.
But as bad as you made it sound, how was it a C plus? I would just go ahead and drop it like to a C minus maybe or a D plus if it's that bad.
Well, okay, because I got to take into account. Maybe I've never had that kind of style before. I'm not used to it, and it was throwing me for a loop. And you want to give the beer the benefit of the doubt, but I don't know. Like I said, a C plus was tip top. 78 was the tip top. And I was reading reviews, so I knew it wasn't just me because I wrote a review. I wrote a written review of it, and then I read the written reviews on 2 sites. I'm not going to bring those up. But they were all in line with what I was saying. So I said, oh, yeah, everybody's got some issues with that son of a gun. And then I drank a Guinness Stout before we came on here. And, well, that was very pleasant, The
Guinness Extra Stout?
Yeah, the Guinness Extra Stout, the 5.6 from Ireland. And this one's okay, But this Milwaukee's Best Premium is more enjoyable than the dang.
You mean Best Lager, Jay, right?
No. Best Lager, that name was discontinued after only a few months.
So they went, but at least they kept the ABV, right?
Kept the recipe, went back to the old name.
Okay.
So
Milwaukee's Best Premium 4.8.
They went from I Love Lucy to the Lucy and Ricky Comedy Hour. People didn't like that name. They went back to I Love Lucy, but they kept the second format. Yeah, this is more pleasant than that Thai spiced odd thing. Now, Joe was making some faces when I was talking about the Thai.
I have 3 points to make.
Okay.
The first point is the Rhino is in the chat. And Rhino, we're trying to be respectful, so I'm not going to read any of your comments. Okay, chat? It's not nice. Number 2 is I'm going to swallow my pride real quick. And I'm going to agree with Jay. Right, Jay? I guess sometimes I don't agree with Jay. No, but no, that iced tea beer was. It sounds in theory like it might be good,
right?
If they everything hit. And it was the most disappointing beer out of the entire 12-pack for me from a standpoint of what it could be and what it ended up being. I actually gave it a 79 if I was to do it, so I'm right in the wheelhouse with Jay.
You dropped it down too, yeah. Was that
well, it's basically, well, it's in the C range. C range is basically average if you look at it. Like the C is kind of, you know, average range. I mean, if you're comparing it to all the beers in the world, it wasn't terrible. It was like right in line with just average beer. But for what it could have been, it was thoroughly disappointing. There wasn't a whole lot going on for me outside of the T character. It was just a mess, very disjointed, just not good. And the last point I'll make is to go with your East versus West thing, Jay, is that I think most people were disappointed in that beer. Here's the thing. If you've never had a Treehouse beer, you don't know kind of where they're coming from, like their influence or whatever. But the problem is, even if you did have a Treehouse beer,
noise.
John. Even if you've had a Treehouse beer, these beers, all the hop forward beers, are showing up. I mean, mine were 7 weeks old when I first got it. I'm not saying I won't drink a 7-week-old IPA, but right. I don't think Sierra Nevada and Treehouse intended that beer to be drank 2 months old. A lot of the hops they were using are hops that kind of, you know, fall off flavor-wise at the month mark, the month and a half mark. So that's the one thing. As cool as that entire pack is, that they're collaborating with 12 different breweries and the logistics that go into it, they still have to somehow find a better job to get this into markets where people are drinking IPAs that are a month old at worst, so they kind of know what the brewer's intended for. I mean, mine was, like I said, almost a month old. Jay read the date on his when he was doing his recently. It is like 2.5, almost 3 months old. I can't believe for a second that Treehouse and or Sierra Nevada want people to drink these beers at 3 months old when they're talking about this is, you know, the Treehouse meets the classic Sierra Nevada. It's like, it ended up being an okay IPA that was solid, but I'm not looking for solid. I'm looking for something very exciting and different, and it just wasn't. It was just boring, kind of.
Yeah, and me and David, who has an even bigger beard than you know that guy, David?
Mm-hmm. I do.
He kept saying, this thing is like an APA. It's an APA. He kept repeating that APA. And I said, yeah, I'm not sure about it. Now, when I drank it today, and I don't know if they have different batches of it or whatever, but when I drank my version today, it seemed like the bitterness was higher, like it was a low end, and I don't mean low end quality. It was like a low end IPA, like the lower end of what would you expect an IPA to be in the bitterness range, more than an APA. But we had a lot of conflicting ideas about it, and he was more harsh. He was harsher than I was, but I agree with what you're saying. It just didn't work out too well.
My advice to Sierra Nevada would be, you know, because they're totally going to watch this because Rod's a superstar. But the thing is that when they do these huge collaborations, which again, the logistics that go into this is it's very difficult. You're collaborating with 12 different breweries. You're brewing a bunch of different styles. You got to fucking package it. Then you got to get it out to distributors. And I understand why it takes so long. Just don't make any IPAs. Make stuff that doesn't need to be drank relatively fresh. Make stuff that can sit for a couple months and 3 months and really not, you know, affect the beer all that much. That's what they should focus on. But again, the IPAs are huge, but they had 3 or 4, and they had a lot of dry hop. They had a dry hopped, what do they have? Dry hop barley wine. They had a dry hop Berliner Weiss. They don't. Like half the beers were either something that were supposed to be intensely hoppy because of the dry hopping, or they're already IPAs. And by the time they get to wherever city, they're already months old. And it's like, you're kind of just, it's dumb. It doesn't make any sense from a consumer standpoint. I'm pissed off.
Well, if I'd have paid any more than $25 plus tax, I'd have been angry.
Yeah.
But now our experience with the vintage ale was generally positive. You might have watched that video. We were positive towards that. We weren't like rolling on the floor excited about it, but we were positive towards it. But I'm not too sure about this pack. It seems like what I've tried so far has been good.
So would you say the beer across the world is lower quality kind of than what it was last year, beer across America?
No, because I didn't try the beer across America, so I can't really comment to that effect. But I can say this. Let me say this. Even though what I've tried so far has been kind of ho-hum and a little off track, perhaps, I do hope they keep doing it every year, because after all, oh, well, you paid $25. You got to try 12, and I've only tried about 4 or 5 so far. You get to try 12 different beers that are experimental. Maybe they'll work, maybe they don't. But I don't see the big problem with it. It's sort of like a little adventure. It's not too important, but it's fun to look at. So my opinion toward the whole project is favorable. And I have drank many Sierra Nevada project beers, you know, because they've had so many different projects, you know, the Northern Hemisphere, Southern Hemisphere, all that. So I like the idea.
I've tried all 3. I think they've done it for 3 years, or at least I've had 2 years. I had the first year.
I think it's 3, yeah.
We just didn't get them. We couldn't get them. They just started showing up here. Okay.
I think it's an awesome concept, and I do agree with Jay. I hope they don't stop doing them. I just hope they tweak them. The same issue happened the first year. They did a collaboration with, I think all you guys know, Three Floyds Brewing Company out of Indiana, and they did a beer called Chico King, which was like a combination of Three Floyds' Alpha King, and then like with a Sierra Nevada kind of twist to it. That beer hit every market, almost every market, 2.5 months old. And it's supposed to be a pale ale that's supposed to be hop forward. And it's like, again, it's fine that you're doing this, and I like it. I like to, try collabs with breweries I never even heard of before. It's just one of those things where logistically it's almost impossible to get some of these, meant to be drank and consumed fresh beers to every market in a reasonable amount of time. So my advice, like I said, would just don't do anything that needs to be like pungently hop forward, because it's just not a lot of people are just gonna get them old, and it's just gonna be a boring beer at best. I mean, of the entire pack this year, I had 2 or 3 beers that I thoroughly enjoyed. I think there was the Camp Out Porter that was with Garage Brewing out of, I believe, New Zealand. That was really good. I enjoyed that.
I have not tried that.
I even like the double IPA that was the West Coast, even though it was a little old. It was just a really solid West Coast style double IPA, and the Dunkelweizen.
Yeah. I gave that an A in the A range, A-, I think. What now?
And then they had a Dunkelweizen too in there that was very, very solid. That I thought, at least in the style, it was good. Those are the 3 for me that I'm like, okay, it's good. All the rest of them were just average, solid, boring. Nothing wrong with them. Like you're saying, Rod, like, wow, how did you guys give them a C+ or whatever? In the realm of all the beer you can consume in this world, they were average, slightly above average. But what I expect from Sierra Nevada and some of these breweries, totally a disappointment and a letdown. So
would you say the other ones were average Joes?
I see what you did there, and I agree. But I can sometimes be below average, so I'm not going to say they were below average.
Let me say, and look, I'm drinking a macro beer right now. It's only about $16.49 a 30-pack. So you put that into certain context. What I'm drinking here is certainly not anything that's going to get anyone excited. Well, I don't guess too many people. But it's $16.49 a 30-pack. So you're expecting it to be sort of blah. I'm just drinking it. It's fine.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, there's times for beers like that. There's nothing wrong with beers like that. Yeah, a $20 30-pack or whatever, $22 30-pack.
No, $16.49 a 30-pack. But then when you're doing the Sierra Nevada variety pack, the 12 different ones, you're paying $25 plus tax. So you're really expecting a little more. You're getting a third less beer, and then not quite that.
You get 33% more quality. You're getting some flavor with your water. Well,
you're hoping
it
so.
Depends on what you're looking for.
You hope so. Although that iced tea was starting to make me second guess. But I'm not going to stay on here long, because I don't want to interrupt this, because I know Rod J's limited on time. He's only going to be on here about 4 or 5 hours. I don't want to break it.
Only like 3.5.
But when I wake up tomorrow, it'll still be on, so I can join the end part of it. But with whiskey, before I get ready for work. But anyway, this is what I'm worried about. I hope that a company like Sierra Nevada, who, to me, I'm very favorable towards that company, okay? But I hope they don't watch people's video reviews and then they get like discouraged and say, oh, people don't like it. They're complaining. Let's just give up the project. Screw it. I hope they don't do that, because this could go on for 10 years. It's going to be some misses. Everybody is not going to love everything. You know, we have Samuel Adams Boston Beer Company. They put out a new variety about every day or a day and a half.
Every day.
And they always putting it out. They always putting it out. But then theirs are dull because they always use 2-row pale malt blend. You know, same old thing. So, and then, you know, there's really not the standard deviation. Like here, watch my hand. Here's the standard deviation for the Samuel Adams variety packs. It does this, you know, it does that, which is fine because you're not. By what?
You're doing the worm with your hand.
That's the standard deviation. Now the standard, yeah, but what?
Doing the worm.
But the standard deviation for the Sierra Nevada is more like this. You know, there's a big dip
Big worm
above and beyond that midpoint. But that's better. That's a good thing because it shows that they're willing to take more risk. Everything that is in the Sierra Nevada beer camp around the world wasn't using 2-row pale malt blend and middle früh hops like Samuel and always uses.
Somebody's microphone is too high. I got great.
Hold on. I'm going down. I'm lowering the volume.
Lotion in the basket.
Son of a gun. Hey, y'all know, I'm going to say this to y'all. I went to visit Jean-Pierre last week on Saturday.
I saw that, yeah.
Do you know that whole city of Mobile is full of noise? Like, you hear that sound that you hear when Jean-Pierre's on? It all sounds like that. So it's not his fault. The whole city of Mobile is full of loud noise. And I was so
choo-choo train and, you know, everything else, you know, people going through the tunnel, the Bankhead Tunnel and whatnot. So
it's not much different than Jay's backyard when he's doing a review.
Yeah. Like Jay's neighbors.
Yeah. You know, power tools at 7 a.m. No big deal.
Those people drive
switching it up now.
Those people drive me mad. You know? All right.
What's better with beer, right? So beer is good, but what can you do to make beer better? Well, you can have bourbon, right? Bourbon's good to have beer.
Bourbon barrel.
But then what can you do to make it even that much more better? Well, you can add bacon, right?
Bacon.
Oh, thank you. I don't want bacon in my beer.
So this weekend, can you see that on your screen?
I do.
Oh, yeah. So this weekend, I'm gonna be getting fat. So Bacon, Bourbon, and Brew Festival presented by Braxton Brewing. There's stuff on here that you would say you would never try in the world, but then if you're at a festival, who knows? I don't know if you guys have anything called Geta there. But
bacon, Geta, nachos, and sliders, and Reuben.
Yes.
Oh, and I
deep
can
fried
feel my
peanut butter,
arteries
jelly,
clogging
banana,
already.
bacon.
Yeah. Get a grilled donut sandwich with bacon, bacon brownies, bacon wrapped scallops with rice, bacon dippers with caramel dip.
No.
It's bacon.
Well, deep fried mac and
easy to
cheese
me.
with
Oh,
bacon
man.
looks nice.
Yeah.
No.
Bacon wrapped filet mignon.
No.
So
Bacon and cheese omelets.
EMS will be standing by.
Yeah, right. Got the defibrillator ready.
Limited edition bourbon selection. So
Ooh, sherry. I need to drink more sherry. I've been neglecting sherry, and I feel bad about that. Okay.
So here's some of their bourbons. Jim Beam is going to be bringing these bourbons out there. They're limited edition.
Nice.
You get down here, you got different stuff happening.
It's like every week, Rod J, there's a festival going on in your city.
I'm telling you, Cincinnati is the bomb. When it comes to-
Cincinnati or Kentucky, outside, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, was it the Kentucky airport is in Cincinnati, right?
No, the Cincinnati airport's in Kentucky.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah.
oh, I know why they're doing all that
They
bacon
pass it
stuff. I know why they're doing all that because Cincinnati, the nickname of Cincinnati is Porkopolis. It's the headquarters of the pork.
It is
It's the
Porkopolis. You were correct,
Is
Jay.
it really?
Yeah.
I thought
They make more pork here than I think anywhere else in the country, I believe.
John Morrell Pork Company,
Mhm.
Armour, Star, all those companies headquarters is in Cincinnati. So they're going to focus on pork. Porkopolis.
Porkopolis.
Yeah.
That's the nickname of that city. Porkopolis.
Okay, it strikes me as funny though. I'm sorry.
I expect nothing but bacon, food, and beer and bourbon videos from you.
This right
Nice
here.
pairings.
This one right here. I don't know if you saw this. This is deep fried.
Chicken fried bacon.
No, this is deep fried bacon wrapped Oreos.
Ugh.
That sounds
No,
gross,
you've
but
gone too
I
far.
know, right? It sounds gross, but then if you're at a festival, we're like, give it a shot.
Yeah,
Chicken
yeah.
fried bacon looks tempting.
maple
you
bacon
know.
taffy sounds pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah. So
Really, mac and
bacon,
cheese. Shoot,
bacon
man.
and horse. You know, I see
So
that.
Rod,
I may
you-
be down and out a little bit, and I'll be watching the Defiant ones laying on the couch with a fat.
yeah, Rod, you only live
Bacon wrapped
once.
smoked meatballs.
This
That
might
looks like
take some
good.
time off your life, but you only live once.
I mean, where can you find maple bacon taffy? That's not.
That's what I'm saying. That'd be the first thing I try because that sounds super
Bacon wrapped scallops with rice. Okay.
Oh man,
Maysville bacon brownie.
Hey,
bacon
Sean,
bourbon brats.
barbecue Sunday. Hey,
And
Sean,
much
guess what
more. And you see the much more. Like, what more can there really be?
Yeah, they're just.
Yeah, really. Yeah, I think they touched all the bases here.
I think the much more is the paddles there to revive you in case you go down.
Yeah, deep fried peanut butter, jelly, banana, and bacon. Are they calling out Elvis?
Man, and Elvis Presley died almost 40 years ago in August.
Maybe he's gonna reappear.
On
He's gonna reappear at this
17th, right? 16th or 17th.
They
Something
got
like
different bands are playing, but this was kind of neat. Dangerous Jim and the Slims, making a little wordplay off of Slim Jim there.
Dangerous Jim and the Slims.
Go ahead, Jay. Were you gonna say something?
Nice.
Look at some photos back when in Rock and Roll Club, you're gonna see some Elvis photos when that 40th anniversary comes up. Hey,
Oh boy.
yeah, Sean, guess what Uncle Ronald ate for breakfast this morning?
What was that?
I had 2 fried eggs, and I had 2 slices of breakfast sausage. You know, it's raw. You know, it comes in that little tube, the little plastic tube. So I sliced those and I put them in that oil, and I got those really hot and they were crackling. And then I sliced up, you know what I did, yellow onions. You know what I did. And then I put it in there. And then
What happened to you and the sausages you always eat?
what sausages?
Oh, you were like on this Vienna sausage tear. Like
Oh, that was because somebody made a remark.
Oh, I know, but you were like going after every Vienna sausage you could find.
Right, because he said if people say that beers like what I'm drinking tonight are world class, which I've never said, they ought to just assume rate Vienna sausages. I said, okay, I will rate every Vienna sausage brand I ever find. So I rated about 40 of them. But
that's made with like chicken lips and like assholes and stuff.
And,
what are you doing to yourself?
but surprisingly, you might find this incredible. All the Vienna sausages tasted exactly the same.
Yeah, well, they're mechanically separated, and I'm just in my mind. I'm thinking these chickens are being torn apart by this machine, and it just sounds terrible.
They're all made in Fort Madison, Iowa. So you can get 40 different brands, but they're all coming off the same
And
assembly.
every Vienna sausage is made in Iowa.
Yeah,
Not
it's
every one, but most every Vienna sausage is made at poultry establishment number P2427, and that's Fort Madison, Iowa. And it's owned by Armour, which is Pinnacle Food Groups. But I had.
I'm intimidated by your knowledge of the Vienna sausages.
Yeah, right. I was a little thrown back by him knowing they
Yeah, no, just a little too much there, sir.
I like to
Also,
research-
road trip to Iowa. I want a tour of all the Vienna sausages.
Right, I bet if you went to that facility, you would be impressed or dismayed. Probably.
Or disgusted, one or the other. Right.
But what I did was, and I'm gonna get off of this because I gotta go nighty night because I gotta wake up and go to work. But I took the 2 fried eggs, which were extremely hot, and I put them in the bowl with the sausage, and then I sliced some Colby Jack cheese and put it in there, and it got so hot it melted like string cheese incident. And then I put a dollop of Dave's Insanity sauce and some black pepper, and I drank it with I ate it and drank it with coffee. I mean, I drank coffee with it. Excuse my faulty terminology. And it was a wonderful breakfast, and that was a perfect setup for the bourbon exploration, which didn't go in online until 5:46 a.m.
Ooh.
Let
5:40.
me get this straight. You're getting up at 4:30 in the morning, making yourself a greasy breakfast before you start drinking whiskey. Woohoo!
No, I got up at I actually got up at 3:45.
Lordy.
A dollop. A dollop.
A dollop. You gotta have a dollop.
If you get a dollop of Dave's Insanity sauce, it'll bring you to one knee. I promise you that. I'm not making a joke. I mean, it's true. 2 guys at work, they were like, I want to try it. You're just exaggerating. I said, well, okay. And so I poured a drop of Dave's Insanity sauce on a cracker, and then I gave on another cracker, and I gave it to him. And you should have seen it. It was such a funny thing to watch. But they never wanted to do a revisit.
Yeah. What's the peppers that are in that? What's the not trying to get away from the beer stuff, but what's in that insanity sauce?
It's sort of a fake sauce in a way, because they take peppers and then they use what they call hot pepper extract.
Oh, capsium. Yeah, capsium.
Yeah, which is just, it fucking tastes terrible in a lot of respects when certain companies use the extract too, because it doesn't it's hot, super fucking hot.
Do you guys have Firehouse subs where you are?
Yes, sir.
So
no, we have Jimmy John's, and we have Subway, and we have what's that other alternate company?
Quiznos.
Well, we did have Quiznos, but they always wanted to handle money and then grab your food without washing their hands, and then that was not kosher. And then all of a sudden,
well, there was no rabbi there.
Yeah, I don't mean in the literal sense.
But anyway, those don't really matter, because at Firehouse subs, which you guys at Firehouse know, you've got like, I want to say like 80 or 60 different sauces that are hot sauces there.
Oh yeah.
So you have so many different ones you can actually try to see what they taste like.
But Rajay, we have a lot of po' boys around here. Like the big thing around here is po' boys. So Subway and submarine sandwiches don't exactly compete too well with po' boys.
You got Jersey Mike's down there?
I was just say Jersey Mike's, right?
Oh, we're the same.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one.
We don't actually have Jersey Mike's
in Houston.
Yeah,
I've never seen it anyway. No.
We were eating French bread this morning. That French bread we were eating at the spaghetti meatball dinner was so good. I mean, that French bread was just delightful. It was so crusty.
A glass of vino with the spaghetti?
Huh?
A glass of vino with the spaghetti?
Wine?
No, a glass of that. No, I had a glass of that stinking rotten Thai style iced tea ale.
Oh, you had that with the spaghetti. Oh, wow.
Yeah, what? No,
that's not a good mix with those flavors. No.
No, but it did make me have a nice. I did take a good nap though. When I lay down, I just fell asleep like a little baby.
Well, when you get up at 2:45 in the morning,
3:45. It's not getting crazy now. Man has to sleep at some point, Rod.
And you go drink a whiskey at 6.
No, it was at 5:46. But sometimes I feel as though you are disparaging my sleeping patterns.
No,
nothing wrong with having whiskey at that time of day.
When you look at the time when you go to bed, you're going to be very tired by the time it's like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night.
Jay, you do you. You do you.
I do me, and what I do appeals to some people and makes other people want to attack me with an ice pick and hurt me very badly.
No, it's not like that. I'm jealous.
Well, look at the man's name. Drunken one?
We can't all go back to work. Like, hey,
man, yeah.
Okay. Your breakfast this morning, when you mentioned the sausage, what did you have? What beer or beverage you had with it this morning?
Coffee. And I sopped it up. I sopped it up with a piece of toast and butter and jam, strawberry jam.
Would have been good to have a coffee stop.
No breakfast, beverage, no breakfast beer, or
because I just told you, as soon as the breakfast ended, I did a bourbon Dawn Busters taste challenge. I did Jack Daniel's Green Label versus Ancient Age. So yes, I definitely brought alcohol into play.
Okay.
Well, what you did is save a lot of
spirits.
Right? You saved a lot of people. You saved a lot of people heartache, because when you drink those beers with your breakfast and you start, eating the breakfast before you eat the beer, doesn't that ruin your palate according to everybody? It seems like they're all angry at you over that.
Dr. Dave told me that I was forbidden to do it, so I stopped doing it.
He is a doctor.
He is a doctor.
Well, he said, but his point, honestly, his point was valid. He said, you're always doing that. You always eat the food and then you drink the beer, and you're always.
It's throwing your palate off, yeah.
Yeah, he said, why do you do that? It's so irritating. I said, okay. So now when I do the videos, I say, oh, wait, I'm not going to taste the food yet. So I'll do the beer.
don't necessarily disagree with that, but it's, you know how many people on YouTube do like taste testings and they don't cleanse their palate with like some water or crack or something when they're doing like a comparison video, and it's like you're still tasting that last beer. It's still on your palate. So if you want to get technical, yeah, but who the fuck cares? It's YouTube. You're enjoying yourself.
Right. But I couldn't eat, and that was back when we were in the enemy mode, like, you know, Dr. Dave J in the enemy situation. So he said, but we were only secretly talking, but that's another story. But anyway, so he said,
no drama, Jay. No drama.
I understand.
Drama-free zone. Drama-free zone.
I'm not making drama.
We're the secret lovers here.
I'm not making drama. I'm putting the situation within a context, a certain context. So no, I think it's a good point to make, because he was saying, and I said, even when we were officially enemies, he said, oh, you always doing it, and it's irritating. And I said, you know what? Even if a person let's just say, like for the sake of argument, a person hated me, they wanted me dead, they wanted to kill me. If they made a good point, I would have to agree with it. So I was like, that damn Dave. And I said, but you know what? He is right. So I brought that, you know, I took that into consideration, and ever since then, I always taste the beer, and if I'm doing a taste challenge, I'll taste the 2 beers first, and then I'll eat the food, because then a lot of people say, oh, we love when you eat the food, and then other people say, like Greenleaf, he says, I can't stand when you eat the food, you're always chewing it and everything. I said, well, you know, you have to chew it. But
well, that's debatable. You don't necessarily have to chew it.
But I got
it's recommended.
Doctor,
Yeah, it's generally recommended. Sure.
Dr. Dave did make, even when they had that 2-year period of the problem, but he did make valid points with even through all of that rigmarole. He would always make valid points, and then of course I would make valid points on his videos, and I think that went a long way towards the big major beer reconciliation of July 2016, because we were saying, well, you know, there is and I kept saying that it needs to be a focus on the beer. That's what this is about, the beer, you know. I said, we don't even really know each other anyway. He said, that's true, I'll take that point. And so that led to that. But anyway, I'm just saying his point was
you guys had beer makeup sex. All right, we got it.
Hey, Rod, now Rod's trying to keep it classy here, you know?
Yeah, I see, it's working well now. No, but I mean, yeah, figuratively, Rod is right.
Entertaining.
It was that big, wonderful meeting of the minds, and that made some people happy and made other people very unhappy. But you know, whatever. It's all like Joe said. It's all about YouTube and having fun, and it's not too serious.
Yeah.
Well, think about this. This morning in Florida, a man stabbed his roommate with a screwdriver over a beer prank. So
what a fucking segue.
Why the fuck would he do that?
No, that's really like a small problem when your roommate is stabbing you with a screwdriver because you threw a shaken up beer in his room.
Probably should, you know, look at
you would think these are probably like, you know,
20 we go from talking about reconciliation,
25-year-olds, maybe millennials.
Hang on. What kind of beer was it?
These
that
guys
makes a difference.
These guys are 50 years
Was it really worth it?
This guy was 50 years old.
You're talking like a $20 bourbon barrel aged imperial stout, or is it like an Ice House? No offense, John. I mean, because if you're just shaking up an Ice House, you go get another one for like $1. No big deal. Whatever. Get over it.
I'm thinking a 50-year-old man who was another male roommate. It probably was like an Ice House or something. I mean,
how dare you shake up that 74-cent beer?
I can't see it being a craft beer.
But maybe they were, you know, hanging out at their little apartment, fooling with their meth or whatever. And then the guy shook up.
Look at this guy,
fooling with their meth. They just rolled
We're not judging. We're just saying there's a high probability meth is involved.
Probably. The guy was like,
calling coward.
I'll show you the guy.
Couldn't find, and then the guy got so angry because he shook up his West Flatirron 12, you know, and then
you guys, here's the guy.
Oh yeah, meth head for sure.
He was drinking Ice House, guaranteed.
Over a beer.
Method.
Maybe Milwaukee's best ice. Who knows?
They don't say what beer it is though. I'm kind of disappointed. When the guy ran back in the house to get the beer when the house was on fire, they told us what kind of beer it was.
But I'm just guessing this guy's probably only got 4 teeth left in his head, you know? I'm just guessing.
mean, now if this guy was stabbed over a 2012 Goose Island bourbon caddy, thought he might have had it coming. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I like how the one paragraph starts. The police said the roommate appeared intoxicated. Oh, did he now? You couldn't fool me.
Yeah, right.
Oh, they were totally they were so sober. It was unbelievable.
So in Jay and Dave's thing, at least no one ended up getting stabbed with a screwdriver. So
Not yet, but if he comes to my house and we do a review in the backyard, you might see me and Dr. Dave battling out the backyard, and he's stabbing me, and I'm stabbing him, and then a cat jumps in and breaks it up. So it'll be crazy, you know.
I don't know what just happened, but I approve.
yeah.
Right. What just happened there? Okay, I need to make another drink because maybe I'll have more than I have. I gotta wake up.
His roommate that was stabbed refused to be taken to the hospital, so he's like, I'm not going to the hospital.
He's like, where's my fucking ice house at? I don't want to go to the hospital.
I don't have health insurance for that.
I hope he was drinking the 5.5% ice house and not that dreadful 6.9%.
Based on the fact that he's intoxicated, I'm betting he's drinking the 6.9.
That stuff's so unpleasant.
Actually, oh shit. Anyway, I'm drinking the 5.5%. We went back. I'm kind of glad they did, and I'm kind of glad they sort of came to their senses and, stick with what you do best. Keep it simple. Don't even try to reinvent yourself. Some things will work, some things don't. You can try and say, yeah, I'll do this and see what happens, but this was a bad idea for them to go to the 6.9%, just like it was a bad idea for them to go to the when Milwaukee's Best go to 6.9, and same with Milwaukee's Best with Milwaukee's Best Ice 6.9%. It was just a bad move, and it just wasn't going to work. So 5.5, I'm enjoying this, and I'm watching the Mike Francesa. Mike and the Mad Dog, ESPN 360. I only tape a partial of it right now, and I didn't record it earlier. I should have, but I probably will.
Hey, John, can you get off this?
What'd you say?
I'm getting off.
What's the personal thing there?
I don't know, man. There's nothing going on. It's the fucking summer. It's not Olympic year. There's no World Cup going on. I'm watching Mike and the Mad Dog 30 for 30 here on whatever that network it is.
Hey, Sean,
Yeah.
I want to say this to you. Calm. Let's bring it down. Look, I had a really good time going to see you in Mobile. That was a cool trip. Sean was showing me all over that town. He's a good tour guide, people. Y'all need to go to Mobile. He will give you a good tour. And then we went to that little diner. Well, that was fun, huh?
Bob's Downtown. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had a good little time. All right. Well, everybody take care. Todd. and Rajay. And Fucking One. And Joe. And everybody. Y'all behave now. I'll see y'all in about 6 hours when I wake up.
Enjoy the replay.
All right, man. Yeah, this is going to probably be it for me, y'all. It's almost 9 Central Time. It's 10 minutes before the hour.
John, are you sure that's not the 6.9 version? It seems like it's taking you down quickly.
No, I'm drinking the 5.5. Remember, I had 2 Sierra Nevadas. I already had 1 Ice House, and...
yeah, 2 12-ounce Sierra Nevadas?
Yeah, 2
And the Zima.
11.2.
With a Jolly Rancher.
11.2 ounce Sierra Nevada, I can say.
I've done 64 ounces of a growler, still looking for it.
Yeah. By the way, those growlers, Rajay, you would agree, they have to be finished in a day. They cannot be saved a day.
Well, it depends how that comes up. I think it depends on how they're sealed. We got a good place here at Silsville. I wouldn't go more than 48 hours though.
Once you open it.
Once you open, you got to finish it that day for sure.
Oh, dude, I've had. It depends on the place. I've had growlers unopened sit in my fridge for 2 months.
It's sealed, though, right? Like they put the
sealed.
Yeah.
No, a couple of them not even sealed, just
really
airtight, dude. And I opened them up, and beautiful carbonation, beautiful flavor. It all depends on how you store it and they know what they're doing when they pour it.
Okay, if I store it in the freezer, will it still be good?
Probably not, John. I would say that at some point when it freezes.
Put it in the freezer.
I may take it out. Let's say, oh fuck, I forgot to put that. out. You know, let me go.
It's a little watery.
Let me leave it in the sink and let it defrost. And when I get off work, I'll come back. It'll be all ready to go. You know.
The key thing is not having. The key thing is not having a lot of oxygen. You want places that fill it literally to the fucking top. Not like, oh, we'll leave an inch here, like to the top, so that it doesn't oxidize at all and none of the carbonation leaks out. If you have a place knows what they're doing, you can keep. I've had, like I said, growlers in my fridge for months, and they're absolutely beautiful when you take them out. It all depends on what people, if they know what they're doing or not. A lot of them don't, unfortunately.
Yeah. You gotta make sure it's sealed properly.
But once you open it, yeah, the carbonation, and unless you, there's almost impossible to have it last longer than a day. It's gonna be flat. Yeah. Flavor will probably still be solid, but the carbonation will be gone, or very minimal.
Well, if you live in Arizona,
segue,
right? They actually have a Beer Olympics upcoming. $70, a group of 4 can join in a revelry from 8 to 11 on Friday, August 18th. They can tackle games including giant beer pong, and Jenga as a team.
Beer pong?
Beer pong. Play 10 games and you have a chance to win a trip to Vegas. Like every freaking station have a Beer Olympics.
Yeah, maybe ones that are further away from Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be like, hey, you guys can go to Vegas. Like, I can get there quickly.
Yeah. Beer Olympics would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would depend on, I don't know, some of these younger guys that know what the fuck they're doing with the beer pong and just tear you apart.
Yeah. Well, you've seen Beer Fest before.
Oh, yeah.
So that'd be kind of a fun type thing to do.
It would be.
What type
wasn't as funny as Troopers, but
no.
They are making a Super Troopers too.
Yes, they are. What were you saying, Todd? What kind of events?
So what kind of events are they going to have there?
Well, it's like beer pong, you said, and then the Jenga and other beer type games probably.
Jenga with a bunch of drunk people would be fantastic.
Something like that, probably team quarters or something.
Flip cup.
Yeah.
Keg stand.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't mention what type of beer. I'd imagine it's sponsored by like Coors or something.
Oh, when you're playing beer pong, it's usually like shit beer.
Right.
You're not drinking like a 10% Imperial IPA because you don't want to ruin it. And number 2, you get fucking drunk real quick.
It's like you ever play a beer pong and you're like playing it and then you start looking around like, why are we playing beer pong in this establishment? This is like the dirtiest fucking floor. But hey, you already drank enough. You didn't think about alcohol will handle the germs. Don't worry about it.
Alcohol will handle it. I don't think at any point in time I ever muttered that to myself. You know what? Alcohol will handle the germs, everyone.
Then you haven't lived.
You do not live on the edge.
But actually, would 4.2% alcohol actually kill the germs on that?
I don't know. Might just make them mad.
It's kind of the same as the
3%. It really will clear a lot of stuff.
That's why I need to use Icehouse 6.9 to clear everything up for it.
5.5. 6.9 doesn't exist anymore.
Icehouse 6.9. It'll make you kill your roommate in no time.
Yeah, with a screwdriver, isn't that something?
With a
he probably killed him over the Zima, and he took the last Jolly Rancher.
Yeah, he was like, I love watermelon Jolly Ranchers, you mother effer.
I won't say the name, but somebody got mad at me about making my Zima jokes. I thought it was pretty funny. People were laughing. They were loving it.
Oh. Hey, who's knocking Zima?
Dude, I was knocking Zima. I was so funny. I had some good material out there. So one of the people got upset by it.
See,
I'm not sure you're aware.
Those are all right. You got to go back and revisit the old days. It's been a while since I've been around. When were they last around? Like the late 80s? 90s? I don't know.
Early 90s.
Early 90s? Yeah.
Somewhere there.
Yeah, I remember
keep track, but
I guess it was kind of the later 90s, come to think of it. Yeah, the girls used to, like you said, the Jolly Ranchers and stuff. It doesn't even say it's a beer. It doesn't even say it's a malt beverage, I don't think. It's a citrus beverage thing.
It says malt beverage on it.
Does it say malt beverage? Okay, yeah. No, I got a 6-pack.
Malt beverage.
$8.98
Yeah,
a six-pack.
I got a 6-pack when they first came back out. The store the clerk, he didn't even know what they cost. There was no prices on them. I
So it's
said,
free.
well, I said right beside it. I said there were the other ones are like $9.99 a 6-pack, and so he gave it to me for the. I think it was $9.99.
Oh, that's too much.
Anyway, there was a 6-pack beside it.
$9.99? What is this, like craft beer?
That's too much for Zima.
Did you at least get a
Is
pack of
it?
Jolly Ranchers with it? for
Mine
free?
was
Well, they should have
the picture I showed yesterday was
No.
like $8.98. And people were saying it's too much. People were getting like for $5 or $6 a 6-pack.
I think they are $9.99 around here too.
Are
I
they?
think it's
Yeah. They
$8.99.
weren't established. The guy said they were just dropped off and stocked 45 minutes before I made the first sale out of their store buying that Zima. I seen it and I was just I had to get it just to remember the good old time. I mean, not that I ever really just so enjoyed it, but I remember the girls drinking it a bunch.
This one goes out to you then, drunken one.
Well, thank you. Oh shit! No, it's good. It's no. Pick it up.
That goes out to you right there.
Oh shit! Thank you, Rod. Thank you, Rod. Oh wait, we're trying to class up the show. Can you hear this, Rod? Oh, you're killing me. Take that off there.
The one thing I've learned about Zima over the last week is it's some serious fucking business.
Yeah,
Zima is serious business. It's not to be. Can't be joking around.
Members only jacket to come back now. And the
Okay, so what do y'all think of
Miami
St.
Vice suits? T-shirt and just a little blazer.
Oh hell! What do y'all think of St. Arnold's beer? Do you have it around where you're at?
I haven't had St. Arnold's.
I think that's a Texas thing. I think it's actually a Houston type thing.
Yeah, it does not get a lot of distribution outside of the southern United States. The only beer I've ever remember from them is I think it's their Pumpkinator.
Yeah.
My girl got me a 12-pack of these things, and I don't know if you can see them or not.
Yeah.
There's four different beer.
Pills.
Yeah, the fancy lawnmower, the 5. I'll turn it back around. The 5 o'clock pills. That is the Art Car IPA. I remember that one, and that's the Santos or whatever. I had to get a 6-pack of those on the ride home because those were actually pretty good. They're malty-ish. They're pretty good. And anyway, so these 4 beers came in a 12-pack, 3 cans each, and she picked them up for my birthday. And no, they've been good so far. I've had the Art Car IPA, and the 5 o'clock pills is like something that, hey, you probably drink that at about 5 o'clock. It's something more along the lines of what most folks drink as the colored piss water type thing. I mean, it's got a better flavor than that. It's not as whatever, but yeah, they're all pretty good. I've been pleased with them. I think I like the 5 o'clock pills just a little bit better than the fancy lawnmower one. Anyway, so I figured I'd had that little box top thing.
One thing I want to point out, Rod, we haven't read any comments. Probably should read them to not neglect your viewers.
You want to read them?
There are only a few from people that aren't in here. Rhino, again, just making fun of my beard, and I'm okay with it. And a couple other things. He said he was going to go review a couple beers.
He has. Fuck you, Hannity.
Hey,
And then,
easy killer.
And then
I'm sorry.
Well,
You're still alive, man. You're still alive.
John, we're reading comments. We need you to be classy.
No, I'm saying fuck. Hannity's a piece of shit. He's the only show that always will defend Donald Trump no matter what.
And from Hannity,
I've accepted he's the president, but
Hannity being a piece of shit into
talk about propaganda.
Easy.
All right, so Craig.
Here.
Craig from Kent Beer Review said stoned guy question mark when you're talking about
marijuana. I need some weed.
Yeah, stoned guy. Stoned guy.
Yeah, the guy said I'm a stone guy.
I was way back there, guys. Y'all don't way back there.
And then he comments again and says a screwdriver beer hybrid question mark. I don't know what that was in reference to because it's probably like 15, 20 minutes ago. Sorry, Craig.
Yeah, I think that's when we were talking about the guy stabbing his buddy or whatever with the screwdriver for the
okay, there you
beer
go.
prank, yeah.
Bon Ontario, who went to bed but didn't. He says, Zima, I have unpleasant memories of that product. He said,
what he said.
He said, actually, it was cut years ago, but Zima has been continuously produced in Japan since 1993. Yes, it's a beer. It's a malt beverage.
It's a malt beverage.
I don't even think it says malt beverage. Don't make me find that damn bottle now.
And then settle down. And then Bum from Pittsburgh, who is a regular panel member on Joe D's Tuesday night Share a Beer show, he said, Zima, wasn't she an 80s porn star? Oh, wait, that was Sika.
It says Zima, related products, Smirnoff Ice. That should tell you enough right there. That should tell you to leave it alone. Don't mess with the Zima.
Also, apologize to the viewers. We did not read the comments in I guess a proper manner.
Yes, we apologize there.
We slacked. I honestly just was just so many. Like Todd was in there, and then Jay was in there, and in the basement, one of my buddies, he was in there, and he was like a couple people, including Todd, was like the stream was lagging or whatever, and then Todd joined, and then in the basement left, and Al Brown and Rhino went and reviewed beer. So I was like, fuck it, no one's in the comment section. I was mistaken on that one.
But I was going to say, if you go down to New York City, but I just lost what I was going to tell you, but they apparently have a new beer ice cream that just got launched in New York City.
A beer ice, like an actual beer that is in.
Yeah, it's supposed to have booziness in it and everything too, I guess. Let me see. Here it is. Beer ice cream is now a thing you can get in NYC. Tipsy Scoop is the Tipsy Scoop, the boozy ice cream vendor that recently opened a brick and mortar in Kips Bay, is teaming up with Our Name is Farm to sell sorbet and ice cream scoops sloshed with beer from Northeastern breweries. Flavors include Mosaic Creamsicle, pineapple, orange, mango ice cream infused with Gun Hill Brewers Mosaic.
Oh, Gun Hill, I like their stuff. We get it up here.
Happy Hour, Jack Abbey's House Lager flavored ice cream blended with Tipsy Scoop's house mix of crushed peanuts, pretzels, and toffee. Salty pretzels on fleek, chocolate ice cream blended with pretzel bits, and Stillwater on fleek Imperial Stout.
Yeah.
And freaking advertiser popped up on my page as usual. But there's a few flavors there, so it's kind of interesting.
No, that's cool. They're
built off the Ben & Jerry's that they've done the last couple of years. But this one has more alcohol than the other ones, it seems.
And they're actually using like good craft beer. There's a local ice cream place here that does all kind of crazy, unique flavors. And the furthest they've come from beers, they did a Labatt Blue beer, and it was like I tried it and I couldn't taste it in Labatt.
Now, see, this guy should be rewarded right here. So, I think this is actually Tyler, Texas, possibly.
Texas.
Is it Tyler, Texas?
Wait, now you're gonna say this guy's an idiot.
Jamie Foxx.
No. I'm trying to see. Yeah, Tyler, Texas. A 23-year-old Tyler man was arrested at the Smith County courthouse this morning after showing up with a beer in his hand. He reportedly showed up to the courthouse this morning and was slurring his speech and was unstable on his feet. He was actually supposed to be, I guess, on jury duty. And he came there with a beer. He got arrested for being a public drunk, I guess.
Nice.
I'm like, this guy he was putting down his beer. He still reported to do what he needed to do. Why penalize him? Why penalize him because he brought a beer? I mean, that's like a guy thinking outside the box. I'm going to be here all day on the jury.
Yeah.
No, I might as well get a nice buzz on and drink a little bit while I'm there. Why penalize?
Well, that'd be penalized.
I did jury duty.
Yingling to the party.
I did jury duty late last year, and guess what? I preferred all the beer. I just want all of it because there's some long days of just doing absolutely fucking nothing, but just staring at a wall and listening to dumb people. It was fun.
I don't know if you guys have ever watched on HBO True Detective, but the first season of Matthew McConaughey,
Woody Harrelson
was awesome. He's just like, they called him in there for questioning. He's like, I'm going to need some beer. They're like, sir, we're like, on my day off, I drink beer. So if you want me to talk, I'm going to need beer. They all brought like a 6-pack. And it was Lone Star they brought in there, which was great. But it's like, you know, my day off, I drink beer. I don't miss that.
That was a good cast on that show. You know, Woody and Matthew seem to be like kindred spirits in some way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're they're saying they're trying to possibly do another season with getting them back on there for a show.
They should. I like the unique aspect of different.
Colin Farrell's kind of fell off a little bit when they did it, but it was a different storyline.
He's fallen off in general. Like I remember he used to be very popular in the early to mid '90s, and now not so much.
He was coming off a phone booth. I mean, he can't play with it. He's staying there on the phone the whole time. I'm like, dude, take your best shot. Click.
The next one that possibly bringing is the guy who played Remy. I don't know if any of you watch House of Cards, the one on Netflix, but the guy that plays Remy, who just won the Oscar for supporting actor in Moonlight.
Okay.
They as him, and I don't know who's going to be his partner on the show, but that should be pretty good. But like I said, I think the first year having McConaughey and Woody, that was just it just worked perfectly, because to me there's like two really cool cats.
Oh yeah.
Who love to hang out, drink beer, do whatever. Their spirits seem to be similar, and I thought the first year of show True Detective was really, really good.
I thought they both showed some good talent in the first two seasons. For the first
season.
Yeah.
I still don't know how that guy won an Academy Award for that role. He was in that movie like for 20 minutes.
For what role? Oh yeah. Well, he's a good actor.
Oh, he's good.
Just give him it because you're a great actor.
He was on Daredevil
for like 20 minutes though.
Hey, I'm gonna knock him. He got his shit done.
20 minutes were electric, apparently.
He did his part. It's not his fault. He's on there for 20 minutes.
Right, that's true.
Few things. Number one, welcome Eric to the.
Hey, Eric.
What up, bitches?
We're supposed to be classy, Eric. We're supposed to be classy.
I got the Freddy Krueger shirt on for Albino, but where's he at?
It's probably
right.
Probably reviewing.
He does love the Freddy Krueger shirt.
Yeah,
he does.
It is indeed. Yeah, it is.
And then,
I just need a little.
And we have a couple comments that I'll try to read like in actual real time. It's kind of maybe this time. William Capley says the germs will trigger an extra fermentation, referring probably to our
beer pong reference.
The beer pong reference. Craig from Kent Beer Review says Omnipolo have been doing ice cream beers for years. Here's the thing, Craig, you're correct, but we're talking about actually ice cream with beers in it, not beers influenced by ice cream like flavors, like actual ice cream with like different kinds of beers in it. He also says hi, John McEnroe.
What the fuck?
Right.
Not sure who he's referencing. Is that Eric? Because Eric popped in. Maybe Johnny Mac.
No, maybe
In the basement says, "Did you watch the video, Rod?" Referring to something we discussed yesterday.
I did not watch it yet. No, I did. I'm going to watch it though this weekend or
tomorrow.
I'm off next couple of days, so yeah.
And then his last. His last comments about my beard being absolutely sexy, and I disagree with you. So,
nicely done.
But that's all we have for comments in real time. If you leave a comment, maybe we'll read them within the next 15 minutes. Who knows?
So, actually, I want to bring up something here. I went beer shopping with Paul today.
Holy shit! All right, number one, bless you, good sir. You're still alive. That's a plus.
That's a good one.
Right.
Number two.
He didn't say squeal little piggy or anything, right?
Well, that's true. You no wounds, no machetes, nothing. No. Oh wow. Okay. That's experience.
You bought a hell of a lot of beer. I gotta say that.
Did you shoot video? Did you shoot video? You guys hanging out? Oh man, that'd have been great. So what'd you get?
Where'd you go?
I got St. Ides.
Oh, you found it. You were looking for it.
Yeah, but
I don't mean to laugh, but that's fantastic.
Well, Eric has his malt liquor Monday, so you can bring that in there now.
Of all places, I found it in East Lansing.
Ghetto.
Did Paul also buy St. Ides? Because if so, that'd be fantastic.
I got, what else did we get? Hams. I'm going to do hams.
Okay. We just started getting hams here.
Getting better.
24 ounce can of hams.
Oh,
I think okay, y'all have reviews and such. I think you'll dig hams for the price. It's not terrible. Again, I'm no reviewer. and they call me Drunken One for a reason. Hams is cheap, but it's not terrible. And I don't know how they're doing it, but it's not terrible. It's all right.
Well,
I'm sure we'll be seeing some reviews come up, but
I posted a piece on Facebook where some of the brewers that reviewed some of the so-called cheaper type beers, and Hams was chosen as #1 beer over all of them.
Yeah, it's not a bad beer, especially for the cost.
Label out.
Label out, boy.
Label out, bitches!
He's got the cricket letter.
I would have paid money, like actually given you guys money via PayPal if you and Paul did a duo malt liquor review.
If they,
Label
no,
out.
you know,
I thought he was going to come on. He said he was.
if you and Paul did a Edward Scissorhands showdown, that would be
fantastic.
Edward 40 hands.
I would assume that you would have to actually buy the malt liquor for Paul though, because he's not buying it himself.
Oh,
I got some Ale Smith, my Bloody Valentine Ale.
Yeah, and then Paul sold you on that one because that's like his favorite.
Yeah, that he did. And Victory Brewing Company, the Celine Saison.
No, I haven't seen that one.
Nah, me either.
Hey, look what I paid for this.
Oh, you get deals like me now. Look at
you settle down, Rod. There's no deals.
Eric's learning a little something.
And the Ale Smith was the same freaking price.
The Ale Smith, that's worth it. Yeah, that's
$4.99.
And where were you, in East Lansing?
Yeah.
No, now I know.
Yeah.
Go to East Lansing. Get all the good deals.
It's called On the Rocks.
On the Rocks. Shout out to On the Rocks hooking up Eric with the deal.
Shout out to Eric for actually going somewhere with Paul and surviving.
Yeah.
Oh, another one from Malt Liquor Monday. Well, this is Founders BKML.
Oh, so that is the 14.2% bourbon barrel aged malt liquor.
Yeah.
Wow. Bourbon barrel aged malt liquor.
Yeah.
You can do it on Malt Liquor Monday, huh?
Yeah, got 2 of them.
Nice.
And then I've never heard of this one. Paul just grabbed it, and I said, "Well, fuck, I'll grab it with you." So I grabbed this.
O'Hara's barrel aged series.
Haven't heard of that.
Also, it's usually not a great idea to follow Paul's lead ever. Don't ever follow his lead.
Yeah.
That's ill-advised.
Right.
And that's my beer stuff.
I'm glad you guys actually met up. We were talking about Paul last night about it. I was like, why didn't you go hang out with Eric? You're like an hour away from him. He's like, fuck Eric. I'm like, settle down, Paul. Like, let's not, this is supposed to be classy. Speaking of classy,
I
told him when I see this, I go, "Hey, Paul, this is right up my alley." He goes,
"There it is, right. There it is." I don't think we have the 24-ounce ones here, but yeah, you can get a 6-pack for like $3.99 or whatever. Yeah, that's a big old 24 of it. Yeah, it's not.
I was looking for the light too, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's not terrible. Yeah, again, there's a time for the things like that, Sometimes you just want something to pound out.
I do not disagree.
Sharkin, what I'm gonna have to interject. You're not a beer reviewer, so your point is invalid.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, right.
Wait, you're the one that says that, not me. You're always like, I'm not a reviewer. Well, you have an opinion.
I ain't a reviewer. No, I don't.
But you have an opinion.
I'm just a drinker. It sure is cool to see you on camera, despite that fuzzy thing you haven't.
Yeah, I've never heard anybody say that before, so thank you. That's praise.
Hell, I thought you were going to be all clean shaven and all preppy and all that.
No, he's already warned us. He looks like Osama bin Joe.
I didn't say that. I did not say that. But somebody did say that. That wasn't me.
There was a piece that came out about Mexico.
Segue.
There's a brewer called Eric. Yeah, Segue. Eric in December. And they actually came out with new brews where they actually created the beers as characters of ex-presidents, which was kind of funny because it's like they took the ex-presidents and they kind of made that the beer labels. They made stuff about them. It's like if we had a beer
for Jimmy Carter.
It's like if we had a beer and it was like we had Ronald Reagan on there and it'd be like, "Who am I, IPA" or something. You know what I mean? Type thing.
About Jimmy Carter.
Yeah.
That's going to be a peanut beer of some sort.
But it's just kind of funny when they have a different line of the ex-presidents and stuff. It's like if we had that for the American presidents, what are like some of the names we'd have out there for some of the people?
Richard Nixon, I am not a crook double IPA.
Yeah.
Bill Clinton, don't come on me.
Yeah.
Pale ale.
Bill Clinton, I did not have sex with that hop double IPA.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it could be like, that's not my blue dress IPA. So. But it was kind of funny seeing some of the labels they were coming up with. I don't think the ex-presidents will be happy about it, but hey.
Next presidents probably don't even know what's happening, obviously.
I mean, I guess over there it's the drug lords that run everything anyway, so the president's second in power. So.
They're probably drinking the beer.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm on a fucking beer label. This is great.
I did take that money. Were you going to say something, Drunken?
Oh, I did everybody's audio crap out there for a second? Or was that just me?
I think it was just you.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
I also, unfortunately, have to confirm that it was also just you.
Thanks, Joe. You're killing me, dude. All right, it's just getting good, and then all of a sudden, it's like one of those. Anyway, let's move along.
So, you guys got any beer stuff out there? Anything you guys drink, talk about?
Sure. We had the Memorial Brew Day, and it turned out excellent. And
congrats on that. You had a lot of good stuff happening. It was good.
It was crazy. Everybody came together as a whole to salute a past homebrewer, and it was all day long. It started in New Zealand and worked its way through the UK and onto America. And it was just freaking amazing. We all had a great time. I did a Amarillo smash with Maris Otter and, Amarillo hops, obviously. It's smash beer. And so, I got 10 gallons bubbling over there in the closet right now. And, we just had a great brew day. Everybody seemed to have a great time. And see, all those videos went to a guy named Looney Larry. I don't know if you ever heard of him or you subbed to him. Anyway, so all these videos go to him, and he's organized it so the family can watch these videos to where they don't have to search all around to find the videos. And everybody came together, and it was amazing. It started Friday night and went all through Saturday, and it was just amazing.
Yeah.
That's my brew stuff. All right.
Nice. Anybody else?
Oh, come on, guys!
Hey, I got to admit, I had a great time with. Oh, go ahead, Drunken. Sorry.
No, I'm just talking shit still. Go ahead.
I'll admit,
What?
You're talking shit about all of us?
No, y'all are all right.
Debatable. I'm a piece of shit. What's up, Eric? We're what do you got?
Well, I got to admit, Paul, he was cool, very nice, all that. We bullshit about beer, and he said I guess he somehow screwed up his back, and he said, man, I was driving here, and I screwed up my back, and I'm sitting in a position. I'm like, well, Jesus Christ, didn't you pull off or something? No, I just went straight through. I'm like.
Sounds like Paul.
He had a back brace on and all that. I'm like, good God, son, what'd you do?
To help himself out, he drank all the beer. And when I mean all the beer, I mean all the beer. Because he was on a hangout last night in which he consumed all the fucking beer. Like
and then had sushi.
And then ate all the sushi. Dead silent. It's fantastic.
He actually said for those beers that I got, those two that were $4.99, he goes, back in Pennsylvania, he said, I'll pay $20 for those. And here it's $4.99.
Yeah, there's two things where Paul lives. Number one, he gets everything about 6 months later than everyone else. So he gets freshly brewed IPAs about 8 months old. And he also pays like double the amount that regular people in Pennsylvania do. So.
I told him it's those damn Amish over there.
Yeah, his neighbors. Like literally his neighbors. That's all them.
Yeah, he's getting screwed.
Yeah. But then he comes to Michigan and he has all these beers he can buy, and then he goes on rants about how shitty Michigan beer is, and I'm like, you've had like 5 beers. Settle down. Then he goes to Coonan. He's like, I love all Coonan stuff. I'm like, you know what's funny about Coonan? They're located in Michigan and they have good stuff.
Yeah.
So not all their beer's shitty. He's like, oh wait.
That's where he said. He said, I'm going to the brewery. I think he said either tonight or tomorrow night.
He was supposed to go to Schramm's meadery, which is in, I believe, in Ferndale, because they have, if you like mead, like their meads are freaking amazing. They're expensive. It's mead, but he was like, I'm going there, and I don't think he did, or I don't think he has yet. So be curious to see. If he does.
The Bee Nectar place, is that what you're talking about?
No, Bee Nectar is in the same area down the street. It's called Schramm's, CHRAMM''S.
Okay.
They basically are a step up from Bee Nectar. No offense to Bee Nectar. I mean, they make good. A lot of their stuff isn't actually meads because they carbonate it. So
yeah, I noticed.
Mead's like mead's a honey wine. It's uncarbonated. Schramm's does a lot of meads, but they also do a lot of mellow melts, which are fruited meads. And they're expensive. Like a bottle, like a $3.75 is like $20, but it is like mind-blowingly fantastic stuff. I bought like one bottle to take home, and I shared it with people at Christmas. I just brought it over for Christmas, and people who didn't even like drink alcohol, everyone's like, "This is fucking great," and I'm like, "I know." And when I tell you how much I paid for it, you're gonna punch me right in my head. And then I'm like, "It's like $22 for this $3.75." They just look at me. They're like, "Why did you?" I'm like, "Because it's awesome. 2 or 3 ounces of it, and you're feeling good, and on top of it, it's really tasty." So, mead's completely different, obviously, than beer in terms of price and how much the ingredients are, depending on what honey you're using. If you're using a bunch of crazy fruit that's expensive, that's how it gets up.
Yeah.
But,
It's
a wine.
Mead takes a
You're not
long
drinking
time.
beer.
Mead takes a long time to make, and it is super expensive.
But it's good if you find a place that does well-made mead. It's like it's really tasty. It's sweet. A lot of them are sweet, but it's like almost like a dessert beverage. Eric, that's because people like the Lions and they like wallowing in the misery of Detroit sports. And I should know because I'm from Buffalo and we're all the same way. It's fantastic.
Hey, I feel your pain.
Hey,
at least you guys went to a freaking Super Bowl.
Yeah, 4 times and lost every single time. Good times. In a row. Not even like, let's space it out over 30 years. They're like, no, how about we go to 4 consecutive and not win any of them? Great times. Awesome.
Nice.
Man, yeah, just by a foot cost you the first one.
Yeah, everyone likes to blame Scott Norwood on them. Like, dude, even now 48-yard field goals are not giving.
It wasn't like it was a chip shot. No, you're right.
No, it's a 48-yard field goal. They could have got an extra 5 or 10 yards, but they mismanaged that last drive, and they got out coached by Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick. That's what it came down to.
I just looked at my channel here real quick, and I was like, Jesus Christ, I almost got 510 subscribers. I really can't believe it. I'm not bragging or anything. I just can't.
No, you're bragging.
It sounds like you're pretty much calling the rest of our channel shit.
I got over 300, but look at Big Eric. I got 510 people.
I got 41 now instead of 40. I don't even fucking have videos, so I'm doing all right.
Thank you for the people that put me over 300. I appreciate you following me. I know I'm not big time like Eric and his Freddy Krueger shirt, but hey,
Nice.
You got over 500, Eric, is everyone is anticipating that Founders malt liquor.
Yeah,
they can wait for that. They know what's up.
I'm doing the St. Ides on Monday. I'm going to do malt liquor Monday. Will get kind of restarted, but then I got to find more to do.
You got to find more malt liquor, right?
Hey, I know where I can get E40 at that same place.
Well, since Zima's a malt beverage, can you do Zima for one of them?
Well, I did that. People were like, well, let's go to malt liquor. That's a malt beverage. I'm like, what the fuck's the difference?
You should have dropped the Jolly Rancher and then told him to suck it, because that's fantastic.
Can you go for local? Is it for local?
I just don't see that coming over well,
I put a 4 Loco in there. The 4 Loco Gold is like barf.
Is that the motto? 4 Loco Gold is like barf. That should be the motto.
No, don't drink that shit.
Cincinnati on the Ohio side, they don't even sell it there. It's illegal in Ohio now, I guess.
Yeah,
it should be illegal everywhere.
ABV, but yeah, for a while you couldn't buy it.
It should be illegal everywhere.
Yeah,
along with the Humans and the Alloy series.
Maybe you can try that Sparks. Do that Sparks for one of your malts.
Yeah, I can get Sparks too.
Yeah.
Seems like Rod is steering you down a very dark path that you probably don't want to go down.
That's why.
He's like living my malt liquor life through Eric. He's like I heard Sparks is good. Why don't you try it for me, Eric?
I'll tell you what, really. I'll tell you what. All like these style of beers here, like I'm drinking a little Bats right now, but
Yeah.
this style and the malt liquors and even the Four Locos, they get the most views out of anything, and I don't really understand why.
Well, you know why? Because listen, I don't get it either. If you review a big beer, a Budweiser, any of the Coors, Miller,
Yeah, Budweiser
whatever,
too.
what's going to happen is people relate to that because everybody can get that. Literally everybody can get that. So, but here's the thing I don't understand. It's like everyone has had a Budweiser. Why do you need to watch a review of it? You've had it like hundreds of times. You don't need to go to someone's channel and be like, I totally wonder what Budweiser tastes like. You fucking already know. Like, and he's probably going to say the same thing you do, or maybe you don't like it, but it blows my mind. But a lot of people can get it, so they're like, oh man, this guy reviews Budweiser. I drink Budweiser. Let me see what he says. And there's a lot. I mean, when you're talking macro to micro, I don't know what percentage we put on it. You know, whatever. It's not accurate, but you know, let's say 80% of the population drinks macro and 20% micro. It's probably more like 90 to 10. But you know, it's 8 to 2, 9 to 2. Yeah, there's a lot more macro drinkers that even you wouldn't expect them to go to YouTube and be like, I totally wonder who's reviewing beer on YouTube, Budweiser.
I wonder who's reviewing a Budweiser tonight.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people, man, and hey, more power to them. Would to each their own. But it is crazy that all the big macro companies, if you put that on your channel, you're guaranteed hundreds and hundreds of views. You almost are.
Hey,
No, I think there's almost
people
10,000.
you see people say, I'm a
crazy.
Budweiser guy. I'm a Bud guy. So I guess the Bud guy can hang out with the Stone guy.
Yeah. No, listen, the Stone guy's not going to stoop to that level, Ron. You might hang out with the Sierra Nevada guy or
That's
something.
a broad weight to have.
Right.
We got some comments. I will read them if that's okay.
Oh, fuck.
William
Yeah.
Kepley, which I believe is a panel member on Jay's weekly show. right?
William, get your own
He
YouTube
said-
channel, man. I'm telling you.
He said, will you shave the beard if the Sabres make the playoffs next season? I will do a lot more than shave my beard, my man. But here's the thing. They're not going to. And it'll probably be a couple years before they do. They're the fucking Sabres. They're terrible. In the Basement says Paul's a mess. Correct. He is. He also says,
He's all right.
well, when he's not on a hangout hammered, he's fantastic.
That time where he was muted, oh, God, that was classic.
Yeah, it was. For those in this chat, I did a video recently that BeerTubers should see. Shameless plug. That is in the basement. William continues, Ronald Reagan, we bomb in 5 minutes, triple IPA.
Yeah.
And then to continue the Buffalo, he's not bashing. He's just, this is factual stuff, but also not cool at the same time. He said Buffalo sports history can be summed up in 3 phases: wide right, no goal, and Music City Miracle. And yes, you're correct. All those things happen. And now I'm going to mute myself and turn off my camera and cry myself to sleep. Thankfully, I'm not a Bills. I shouldn't say I'm not a Bills fan. They are not my. I believe
You're a Seattle fan, you said.
I'm a Seahawks fan. I do like the Bills. I'm a diehard Sabres fan, and I do feel bad for all the Bills fans because they haven't made the playoffs in 17 years at this point. That is just insane in this
Every
day
year,
and
there's
age.
Chris Berman like, this year we're going to do it.
Yeah, the Bills are going to circle the wagons. I'm like, you've been saying that for 17 years. You've been wrong every year, Chris. I know why ESPN is making you retire because of that one guarantee.
Maybe they shouldn't circle them anymore.
Yeah. Maybe they should circle a good quarterback. Maybe.
Circling pretty wide, huh?
Certainly isn't Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
Jay Cutler, yeah. But you know what? Guy made a lot of money playing football. And now he's going to be an analyst. He won't even care when he does the stuff now. All the people that talked about him, he'll be just going all crazy on people.
Jay Cutler, oh wow. Jay Cutler has one of the most punchable faces in sports history, I would say.
That's the most punchable.
Yeah, he does.
Right? Like you just want to punch him.
Well, who
Like,
made
really hard.
Understand
the worst
why-
faces when you watched it? Was it Jay Cutler or Eli Manning? They both made some ugly faces playing.
Eli has the Manning face where he always looks like he either is very disappointed or shitting himself, maybe a combination of both.
I just don't understand why
I waited on the guy for weed. He had that waiting on the weed face too.
Mhm. He had like the Keystone bitter beer face, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
Damn.
Oh, sorry, Eric. I'm saying that's an actual commercial, like from like 15.
I
20
will
years
say
ago.
the Labatt's
Yeah.
actually not
Keith
fun. I don't mind drinking that once in a while, and it actually makes a good beer and chili that I've used.
yeah.
Well, here's the problem with Labatt Blue. Hold up that can real quick, Eric, if you still have it.
Yeah, I
What
got
does it
I
say
took it
on
right
it?
here.
What does it say on it? What does everyone read what that says?
Hold on. All right.
Canadian Pilsner.
Yeah, it's not no Canadian Pilsner, guys. This is American adjunct lager. There's nothing Pilsner about that beer. If I gave you an actual, well, then again, I don't think there's an actual definition of Canadian Pilsner because it doesn't exist in styles. There's German Pilsner, there's Czech style Pilsners, no Canadian Pilsners. But they're like, this is a Canadian Pilsner. I'm like, that's as much a Canadian Pilsner as Miller Lite is a freaking Pilsner too. They're not Pilsners. They're lagers. They're just not Pilsners.
That's about as authentic as Chi-Chi's really being a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Hey, no, wait a minute. This was a free beer, so I can't bitch.
No, you can't. No, for free, free beer is free beer. It is the greatest Canadian Pilsner ever. Then, in that case,
with the Freddy Krueger shirt.
Yeah, hey, that makes it even better.
Best Canadian Pilsner ever.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well. Well, it's been pretty entertaining tonight. I'm trying to think. Todd's been pretty quiet over there, just sipping away, sipping on syrup.
What are you drinking?
Just listening and observing.
God, what are you drinking?
I am drinking Disciples Revenge from 18th Street Brewery.
there you go.
Hey.
What kind of beer is that?
IPA.
Oh, it's an IPA.
Pretty good. I just picked it up today.
Todd's actually excited because Todd's getting the Bacon Festival in November?
No, I think it's in mid-September.
September. So he's getting the Bacon Festival down there. You missed that, Eric. Oh my gosh.
What happened? What did I miss?
I showed the bacon menu again. There's so much good stuff happening.
Rod, you have to let us know how that goes. I'm kind of interested.
Oh, this is how it goes into my belly.
What's the cost for your event?
Oh, it's free to get in. You just buy whatever you want. You got to pay to get in.
Oh, it is?
Are they giving you drink tickets?
Well, you can buy like the general admissions, like $40, and that includes all your food, but apparently no drinks. And then you can buy like a.
How much did you say?
40.
Ouch.
40.
But is your food?
I got it.
I'm assuming you can buy drinks when you get there, but then you can buy like a VIP pass for $80.
You know who the beer sponsor is for the one? Is this over in Louisville? Is it like Gift Grain, like doing it or anything?
I might have to look and see.
Is yours more oriented to like an actual like beer fest with bacon? Because Rod's looks like more of like a bacon fest with booze.
That's with beer. Exactly.
It was like, here's our 75 different bacon menu thing going on, and also we got Jim Beam and a couple beers if you guys want.
Pull it up here so Eric. Put it pulled back up so Eric can announce it. Eric.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
It's exactly the same name, Bacon Bourbon and Brew Festival.
That's all you need. I mean, one more B, which you know what I'm probably thinking of, it'd be really on fire. Here you go.
But it doesn't.
Eric, this is like a festival that the same people host everywhere in the U.S. Man, think of being the carny for that. Oh my!
Oh.
Deep fried mac and cheese with bacon.
Rice. That sounds good.
Deep fried mac and cheese with bacon. Enough said. Drop the mic and walk away.
Dude, have you had a bacon bourbon brat?
I'm done. Yeah, the deep fried peanut butter jelly, banana, and bacon has to be like the Elvis heart attack, right?
Oh, wait.
Yeah, no, like I said, Elvis has to be there.
Yeah.
Pork belly.
I'm sure there'll be some Elvis there.
Apple bourbon pulled pork. That looks pretty good too.
The maple bacon taffy is that sounds interesting.
Deep fried bacon wrapped Oreos.
That gets everybody. That
sounds absolutely gross, but I bet you it's amazing.
Oh, I bet it is. Yeah.
You look at it like this is disgusting, then you eat it like I'm having 7 more of these. And
I didn't see the bacon popcorn earlier.
If it has bacon, I mean, how can you go wrong?
Yeah, barbecue Sunday.
Yeah, that sounds.
I don't even know what you do with that, but it's.
If there's like fucking barbecue sauce on the Sunday, no.
I bet those bacon
it's all good.
meatballs are the bomb.
Yeah. You know it's all good when you have bacon wrapped bacon.
Yeah.
Bacon wrapped bacon.
Right? Life is good, isn't it? That pork belly and mac and cheese still catches my eyes. Something about that one, you know. So,
have you guys went to any Bob Evans lately in your guys' areas? They've got this new thing there for their appetizers, like called candied bacon. It is freaking good. They candy this bacon and they give it to you like in a mason jar. Oh my gosh!
Mhm.
If you like sweet and you like bacon, there you go. That could almost be a meal in itself.
Wow.
It is a meal in itself.
Well, with enough mason jars of bacon, yeah.
Ooh.
We have a
I just feel my arteries hardening. Like I'm gonna die.
nothing wrong with that. Makes you feel alive until you're not.
Yeah, right.
We're all going to go at some place, so let's call our own shots.
Oh Lord! Wow.
We have a few comments in the basement. Says Seahawks whoop, because he's a Seahawks fan as well. Backwoods Billy craft beer reviews. That's a mouthful. He says, personally, I believe that most craft beer drinkers drink macro lagers as well. I like all beers, some better than others. Cheers. William Kepley again. What's that?
I said cheers, Billy.
Yeah, it's a fair comment. That's fair.
Yes.
Then William continues. So William Kepley with Jay Cutler is the reincarnation of Jeff George, pretty much. The gunslinger that never wins anything. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Basement Beer Review says Canadian Pilsner Beer Reviews, Joe's new channel. No, it's not my new channel. Not going to be my new channel. And then Backwoods Billy Craft Beer Reviews seemingly is very angry. I don't know if someone says something wrong. He goes, what is wrong with adjunct beers? Please educate yourself. See BJCP guidelines. Adjuncts help to up the alcohol content while not affecting the body taste. I don't know if someone said something negative about any adjunct beers or.
Yeah. I'm seeing a bunch of capitals there myself. Yeah.
Yeah. If he's angry, I don't think anyone would say. I mean, to each their own. Like I always say, whatever.
Right.
Like, would you ever? I will say for me though, I don't think too many people here really pay attention to BJCP guidelines, just because everyone just reviews beers to their own taste. I mean, that's BJCP's more if you're in line with you want to review the style, and it's usually used for like beer awards where they're actually doing things where that matters, where people are entering their beer within certain styles and they have to the actual judges have to review the style. I mean, I would assume probably 90% or more of beer reviewers on YouTube really don't follow BJCP too much, and there's nothing wrong with it either way. I mean, if you want to, cool. If you don't, again, it's just a guideline, right? It's not like the Bible. We also have Basement Beer Reviews. Is this a menu or the new Rogue beer flavor list?
The Rogue, you never know with Rogue.
No, yeah, Rogue probably steals their ideas from all the fucking barbecue and bacon festivals across the country.
What's your all's overall opinion of Rogue?
I never had any other beers.
Personally, I like Rogue beers.
I think
I've heard some of the feedback of some of the stuff about how they run their operations and how they got a reputation out there that some people won't drink them because supposedly they don't treat their workers the right way in some areas. But
really, I heard that.
Yeah. If you look online, you'll see a lot of stuff about that as well. But I like their beers. I think they're okay. I don't get them as much.
Yeah, they're kind of hit and miss.
Yeah,
I think.
I mean, only two bottles I have even saved are Rogue. Their whatever that Japanese one, their Dead Guy XSL. Only two kind of bottles I got saved from any company.
I think Rogue, their base stuff and their stuff that's been coming out for a long time, they make good beer. My problem with it is twofold. Number one, they at some point over the last 5 years decided to deal with the whole gimmicky. They joined up with Voodoo Donut and then went all the donut crazy beers. They did the Sriracha stout, and a lot of it's just not well made. A lot of it's poor, and on top of it, their stuff is way more expensive. It's crazy when they're on the shelf because they're, on the East Coast, you'll have a lot of places, a lot of bottle shops and beer shops that will put the West Coast beer. So here's California, Oregon, and all them, and you'll have Rogue like right down from Lagunitas, and you'll look at like a Lagunitas cappuccino stout that's $5 a bomber. And you'll look at a Rogue bomber that's $13, and you just look and go, why the hell am I buying this Rogue stuff? Number one, it's not as good as the Lagunitas, and it costs 2.5 times as much. So I have an issue with the price point for the bottle quality, I would say.
Like I said, I wouldn't buy that Sriracha thing for $12.99 a bottle, what they were serving it for. Like, I don't know how good it's going to be, and not really worth it in a 22 ounce to really do that. Now, you put it like in a 12 ounce individual, I might pick up that little bottle just to taste it, but.
Yeah.
But I actually get
quite the investment to get a flavor. Yeah, quite the investment just to get a little flavor of it, just get a taste of it.
Yeah, lately, one of my stores, they've had some of the Rogues at $4.99 for some of their 22 ounces because they've been trying to get them out of the store.
Lagunitas is so great with their price points. I don't care if Heineken fucking owns them twice. It's great. Like, it's fantastic. Lagunitas makes good stuff, and they've always made good stuff, and they've never tried to F over the consumer with their prices.
And people are saying now that they're actually Heineken, so people are now having issues with them, but that's on them because I'm still going to drink their beers, so they're good. Drink them. Like everything in life, I mean, to each their own. If you don't want to support Lagunitas because Heineken buy them, that's your right. But don't tell other people they're wrong for doing so. Because I'll buy Lagunitas until if they fall off if they do fall off years down, if the Heineken cuts back or whatever, then you make a choice. Then I'm just not going to blindly do it because Heineken now owns them. Is
Heineken a AB corporation now? I don't keep up with it like y'all do.
No, they're their own. They're under their own umbrella or whatever.
Who giggled at me? What? That's an honest question.
Well, with
just gotta figure it out. Yeah. Okay. So they got in cahoots with Heineken. Okay.
Yeah. It happens. I mean, at the same point, like I tell people, if you're going to complain, and we go through like almost every week, it seems.
We do. This has been rehashed like 6 straight weeks.
But I swear to God, you better not be holding a Goose Island Bourbon County Stout at some point or Founders. Because I will rib you on that because there are no difference in these other companies that have done the same thing.
Right. Well, that's what people do when they're making a business venture is they're trying to sell out at some point because that's what people do. They're going to say, okay, I sold my idea and now I'm going to sell it for $1 million and that's what you do.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what their goal are. What their goal is. I should say what their goal is. I'm an English minor, but an English minor after a few beers, you may switch it up a little bit. But yeah, if your goal is to build this kind of whatever empire and sell it to someone else, then that's part of your plans to do that. Now there are some that don't want to do that. It's kind of like I say, like with hip hop music, some want to get the big contract and they're fine with it, but some want to stay independent. You see the same thing with punk rock. You see the same thing with groups like in metal and all different other type of styles that don't want to sell out. So depends on what your ultimate goal is.
Well, and a lot of people don't know what, just like life, everybody's different. Nobody knows what each brewery, the hardships they face, what their goal is for their family or whatever. It's not just, everybody's going to get $10 million buyout. Everyone's going to take it. Some people won't, some people will. I mean, it's all different. And it's just crazy. I don't know. It's at the end of the day, what a brewery is a business. People have a hard time wrapping their heads around that it is business, and they want their goal. Yes, a lot of places their goal is to make awesome, craft beer that's locally sourced and everything. That's everybody's goal, but I should say everybody's, but most people's goal. But their also goal is to make money and keep and pay their mortgage and pay their bills and maybe save some money for their family down the road. That's how life works.
After getting a little more into this conversation, I remember this one. I think we had a beam of it for that.
I don't think the 6 weeks was. I don't think I was exaggerating.
He's flashing back on one episode.
We probably had the same cast. Yeah. Okay.
We have
Tom's here.
Money.
What's happening?
What did you say, Tom?
He said money's what matters.
Well, that's the dirty little secret, right? We all want to think that craft beer is about art, but ultimately it is business and it's about making money.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to make it something.
Well, at some point it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like they say to Joe Dirt, maybe UNICEF one day will get in a craft beer.
I can't believe you just referenced Joe Dirt. That's fantastic.
I think the idea that saying every craft brewery, their whole intention is to get a $10 million buyout, I think that's incorrect.
No, I'm saying everybody's different. That's what people don't understand.
Yeah.
But you know what? A lot of the people that sit there and go and pound their chest and go, if Heineken or AB InBev came to me and I had a brewery and they offered me $500 million, my values are too high. And I'm like, until you're in that situation, don't tell me what you would do because you don't know. You really don't.
Joe, No, you know what they're doing. They're all lying their ass off. They'll take the damn check.
I'd say 99.9% of them would take that $500 million and go, sorry. I said, now everyone's set in my family forever.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
I'll make a new one.
If I had a brewery, I would want to brew beer that everybody would love, and I would everybody would know it's my beer, and I started the company and shit. You'd know that I had a part of it because I'd be the big smiling face on the front of every bottle, you know. But but then again, at some point, you're right. Yeah, you offer me $5 million for what I've generated.
The problem I have
when you're not forced with a decision.
Right,
it's easy for all.
Hypotheticals are real easy.
Oh yeah, if we all won the lottery, what would we do with the money? Of course, but yeah.
What people need to realize though is this is the biggest issue I have is that because we all love craft beer, you know, a lot of you guys, well, all of you guys have YouTube channels aside from Todd because he's a millennial like me and fuck YouTube channels, right, Todd? Yeah, high five. Anyway,
Joe. High five.
No.
Joe, when we roll out our duo channel
within the next 40 years, no, it's one of those.
It's one of those beats.
It's not yet. Shh, it's under wraps. No, it's one of those things where. It's a hobby that we all love. We all love this hobby, but at the end of the day, the actual industry is a business like thousands of other businesses out there. And people, just because they like it as a hobby or they're really into it, they can't separate the fact that it's a business. I don't care if, oh my God, I went to this brewery and I've always went to it. Now they sold out. They're pieces of shit. It's like they can't separate themselves from that. It's a business. They're trying to make money. That's how it works. You know what? If they sold out and you're not cool with it, there's 5,500 other breweries in the United States you can go check out, and there's other stuff to do. Like
Joe,
I don't get that part.
With your logic is that in a lot of cases, Goose Island, for one, is that the beer does change over time. Now, do I think that Lagunitas is going to be bad tomorrow? No, I'm going to buy it. But do I think over the next 5 years, 10 years, maybe, is Lagunitas going to decline in quality? Well, I don't know that for a fact, but I think it's a possibility because I know for a fact that Goose Island did.
Well, I'm not saying they won't, but I'm saying the people who have a rash reaction, like there's people that honestly, I've seen a couple people, as crazy it is, soon as Heineken bought out, this is the crazy thing.
You're right.
It happened with Wicked Weed.
Well, Wicked Weed, but even Lagunitas was the thing because Lagunitas was already 50% bought out. So people were cool with like, oh man, they still have a 50% share in it. As soon as Heineken took over 100%, people were drain pouring stuff in their fucking cellars. And so I'm sitting there like, that beer was made by Lagunitas. It was 50% owned, so it was still not even 100% owned. Now you're going to drain pour because, like, the logic in that is ridiculous. The logic of the stuff on the shelf is instantly going to become garbage because Heineken owns it now. That stuff's still brewed by Lagunitas months ago, where before Heineken took over, those people need a reality check. That's ridiculous to do stuff like that. Now you're just being stupid about it.
Like part of the Jersey.
I think the point you're missing, Joe, is that there's that opposite effect too. I know guys that will defend macros right to the end. I mean, no matter how bad the beer is, no matter how poor the quality is, they're gonna jump on that. Oh, now that Heineken owns them, now I'm gonna buy it. Wow. You have that opposite thing going on. You've got to kick the macro right up the ass.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just talking from the craft side. I think there's crazy people in this world, Tom. There's a lot of fucking crazy dumb people that'll do a lot of dumb shit. I'm not disagreeing with that. There's all kinds of people.
It's like people that drink Zima. Okay, I'm not going back to the Zima argument. But anyway,
John Ranchers.
You want to get some of the comments, Joe?
Yeah. I'll read a couple of comments. We got Backwoods.
Got to get John Sheridan into this conversation.
Backwoods Billy Craft Beer Reviews again says, cheers, guys. The Canadian Lager, I guess we were talking about the Canadian, Labatt. Well, I'm just saying Labatt Blue is not a Canadian Pilsner because the style technically doesn't exist. It's not a Pilsner. I'm not angry or anything about it. I'm just saying it's their marketing is, this is our Labatt Blue, we're a Canadian Pilsner, but they're not.
It's on the can, it has to be true.
Yeah, it's American adjunct lager. Nothing wrong with it.
It's like the internet, right?
Exactly.
And he also goes on to say,
Facebook, it's true.
It's on the internet. It's true. It's how everything works. All beer magazines now require BJCP designation. In my opinion, BJCP educates people. I don't think anyone said it didn't. I just said that I don't necessarily think the vast majority of reviewers, whether it's on YouTube, Beer Advocate, or the Shitty Rate Beer, need BJCP to be able to tell you their opinion of a beer.
Great beer is shady as fuck too.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's really bad. He says Rogue has some nice beers. I see no reason why any local
designed as a home brewer's guide. They are not the be all end all. They're not the Bible. They are really overrated and shouldn't be taken any more seriously than that.
It's a nice resource, like so many things out there. It's nice to be able to know what the style, and that's where it ends. You know, it's not the guide for beer. And a lot of people like to say this is the guide for everything. It's like it's just BJCP. It's their own guidelines for what styles are to them.
Again, they were originally designed as home brewing judges. That's it.
Well, that's
designed to make decisions for beer as a whole.
Yeah, well, and like I said, if you want to use it as a resource, more power to you. There's nothing wrong with it. But to denounce somebody's beer reviews or somebody's whatever because they're not BJCP, not even certified, but they don't use it, I
think personally, I'm going to take it a step further. And personally, I think BJCP is a joke. But that's my own personal opinion.
It makes me think of Tommy Boy.
Oh, listen.
Like, well, why do they put guarantee on it? What is guarantee? You just sit in a box. I mean, I can sit in the box if you like it, but
I got spare time. Oh, Tommy Boy, what a magical movie. He continues with, Rogue has some nice beers. I see no reason why any local craft brewery can't duplicate style beers. So in my opinion, support local first. I
always support local first.
Well, my caveat is support local first if they're making good stuff. If they're making shitty beer, don't support them. Because
I mean, if your beer's got to be, quality beer, but I always look to go local first for all my stuff.
Everything's equal. Support local because they're in your community and it's going to help. But there's a lot of people that blindly support local even when the product they're putting out is not up to snuff, and I don't agree with that. And that's not even to beer. That's everything.
They're charging more than they need to be charging for their beer.
Yeah, because they're local, so they try to get away with it, right? So
I'll buy an average local beer. I think if you're supporting local beer, that's probably go out of business. I mean, that's a fact of life. I don't think people are just buying local beer just because it's there. If you're buying local beer,
some people blindly support a lot of things locally. You believe it or not, especially around here. I see it all the time. So there's a couple local just places in general, food places and stuff that just they don't make good products, but whether they know the owner or they're whatever, they think it's great. I mean, just like you talk about people who like macro, there's nothing wrong with liking macro, but there is differences in quality even within the macro world. And to support something just because you
lately.
What's that?
Well, yeah, but we talk about local flavors. Sometimes is it just that you're used to things tasting a certain way locally?
But I didn't get that.
You say like a local type flavor or something that you're kind of used to, or?
Yeah, for instance, I got this beer here. It is Mexican Villa Cerveza Flying Ace Lager. It's brewed and canned by Piney River. Now, here's the thing: Mexican Villa is an Ozarks chain of, I'm going to put air quotes up, Mexican restaurants. So it's not really Mexican food. So if you come to town looking for Mexican food and you try Mexican Villa, you're probably going to walk away thinking Springfield doesn't know what the fuck Mexican food tastes like. However, if you're from Springfield, Missouri, or anywhere in the Ozarks, you've gotten used to this flavor. So my question to you is it really average, or is it just a local flavor that people have gotten used to?
It's probably more of the latter. They support it because they're used to it. Yeah. And to them, it tastes good because they don't know what actual, say, Mexican food tastes like. And once they get out there and taste it, they still might like it because maybe they don't really like real Mexican food.
That's like we talked about earlier when I mentioned the Chi-Chi's. Some people think Chi-Chi's is actual Mexican, and it's really not a lot of their stuff.
When I first had this Mexican Villa restaurant, I thought it was horrible because it wasn't Mexican food. But over the last 20 years, I've gotten to understand that they're not really trying to be Mexican food. That the food they have are good, but it's just really Mexican. So are you following me? I'm trying to tell you that maybe they're just used to a local flavor, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. It's just a local flavor.
I will be honest with you, Tom. I really can't. I hear like every other word you're saying. You keep on. I don't know if anyone else is like he just keeps coming in and out. Like you're real low and then you're normal and then you're real low again.
Yeah, I think when Tom turns his head, if he's not looking at the microphone. But
okay, one more time, looking straight at you. Mexican Villa, it's it's a certain type of food. I guess by trying to bring this down to just a few words is that just because it's not the flavor you're looking for doesn't mean it's bad, is my point.
No, I don't think it's bad just because it's not a flavor you might be looking for. I think it's going to be the beer will talk for itself.
Well, yeah, I mean,
but some people will buy stuff just because it's local. They're used to the local.
What you are looking for doesn't mean it's bad. You have to learn to understand flaws. Just because some stores are flawed, is it done poorly?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, if you here's the thing that I have always issues with when people say that, like, you got to learn flaws and stuff. That's where BJCP does come in. Actually, is you learn what you're supposed to look for in a style. Yeah.
It's like here in Cincinnati, people drink Beauty Delight, which is a beer from Cincinnati. I don't think it's a great beer, but people love it here because it's their local brewery. They drink it because it's their local brewery. But if you put it against other lagers, it's not a great beer.
Here's my biggest problem with BJCP, though, into the whole flaw thing, is that if you're going to get on YouTube or get on Beer Advocate and actually review a beer to style, then your palate needs to be well-versed in every fucking style. And I don't think there's too many people out there, even like BJCP certified people, that can do that flawlessly every time. So when people go, well, you should review it to style. Well, if that's under the assumption that you know what the style should be, your palate can taste it, and you can pick out every flaw. Sorry, I haven't seen one beer tuber that can do that. Not one. And because
that's what Billy was
to train your palate to do that would take so many years and time that most of the people who are like top line BJ certified or the top of the line like Cicerone, they have really fucking good jobs in the beer industry, not on YouTube.
There's a reason there's only 16 master Cicerones in the country.
Exactly. There's a huge reason, because it's fucking super difficult to be able to do that.
Yeah,
which is why I like watching people that just tell me their opinion of the beer. That's it. I don't care about any guidelines. I don't care about anything else. Just tell me if you like the beer or not and what you pick up on it. That's it.
I don't think it's as difficult as you make it out to be to describe a beer within its style. You don't have to. People don't have to say, "Oh, I don't like this Pilsner because it doesn't taste like this IPA." It's not the same beer. Learn what a Pilsner tastes like. Learn what an IPA is supposed to taste like. No, I don't. It's as difficult as you make it to be.
Well, again, you're under the assumption. You know how many beer styles and sub-styles there are now? There's a lot. To have someone to tell me that they know without looking at the guideline is to me, you're... What? What's that?
I said, I think I've probably been drinking beer longer than you've been alive, so I got a pretty good idea.
You can sit here and tell me you know 100+ styles to a T, and you can pick out every flaw within a style?
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying I know what a Pilsner tastes like, and I know what an IPA tastes like. And I'm not going to compare a Pilsner to an IPA because that's fucking asinine.
But
nobody's saying that, though. What I'm saying is if you're going to review a beer to style, then you have to know what the style is and the flaws. You need to pick out the flaws within the style. I'm not saying anything about Pilsner and IPA. I'm saying if you go in there and you're reviewing the 20+ German styles, you need to know each one to a T. You need to find the flaws within a Dunkelweizen and this and that, and be able to tell me that if you're going to do it to style and use the BJCP as a guideline. I'm saying nobody can do that. I'm not saying anything about people know a difference between Pilsners and IPAs and stuff. I'm just saying, in theory, if you're going to say I review all beers to styles, then you need to know flawlessly all beer styles. That's what I'm saying.
No,
that's just my opinion.
I think that doesn't even make any sense. I mean, you if you can understand what each style has to offer, you can look at this style and say, okay, within this style, this is what I'm looking for.
So you're saying generically, then you just if you generically know, then you generically know. You don't need to know any specifics or find out flaws. A red ale is supposed to be caramel and malty, so I'm getting that. It's a fucking red ale. I don't think that's how it works, Tom. Sorry, that's not how it works.
Anyway, let's move. I mean, that's the point that Billy was addressing in his next comment. A lot of people on YouTube are comparing lager to IPA and the stout. They don't really have the education to actually do it. And that's
I like this company, but I like this beer from this company. Well, I like their IPA better. Well, that's not what we're talking about. Learn how each style is defined. It's not that hard to do. Always making it sound a lot more complicated than it really is.
Well, what you're saying is different than what I'm saying. What you're saying is that if you review say you review a Pilsner, you shouldn't be comparing it to other styles in terms of quality of that beer or how much you like it. And I don't disagree with that. But what I'm saying, there's a lot of people out there that say, if you drink a beer, you need to review it to the style of the beer, and you need to know what makes a good beer within that style. And if that is the case, then I feel if you're doing that and that's how you're doing it, then you should know what that style is. You should know what characteristics you should get from that style, and you should know the flaws within that style. And if that's the case, there are so many styles out there that is almost impossible for a normal average Joe, see what I did there, to be able to do that. It's almost impossible. No one cares enough on YouTube to do that. But the other part of it, which you're saying, Tom, and which Billy Backwoods is saying, I disagree. There are a lot of people that go, well, I like lagers, and I've had this lager and I had IPA, and the lager is garbage compared to the IPA. Well, in the grand scheme of things, maybe to your own opinion, it's not as good because you don't like the flavors. It doesn't make it a bad beer, and you shouldn't be comparing it to that style. I totally get that.
We've had a reviewer before, people have said, well, this got awarded at this conference, this got awarded the same with this conference, and they're basically the same. It's like, no, they're two different styles. They're not the same. They're not the same beers. But if you're going to I think if you're going to look at a beer, you're going to review it to the style. You have to know the ins and outs of that style as well.
You do. If that's your gig. I don't know too many people that go, I'm going to review this to the style every time and tell you the flaws of the style and what I'm getting. No one does that because it's too difficult to do that every single time because you'd have to know every style. Or at least if you want to come off educated and know what you're talking about, you'd have to do that.
I never want to come off like that.
Well, you don't, Paul, and that's okay.
Thank you. God.
Neither do I, so we're on the same page. High five.
But yeah. So
no, that's a finger. That's not cool.
Even more cocoa Jesus.
That's coconut.
How was that beer, Paul?
I don't know. I just opened it.
Well, I thought you'd been drinking already.
I just got home.
I'm saying it doesn't take. It just takes somebody that knows something about beer to understand whether it tastes. I mean, if you got a pound of wood, I don't think you're going to understand a flaw.
I don't. Your audio is still shaky.
Gets all upset.
No, I can't. I don't, like I said, you keep on coming in like every other word or so.
Oh God.
Anyway, well, we've been on for a while, so I'm going to take it to overtime. Unless anybody else has anything else to say.
Nope. There's a couple more comments out there.
You want to read the other comments?
You already read the Backwoods Billy one, right?
Yeah, he was making reference to the same thing about.
Yeah, I know. He was saying the exact same thing Tom was, but again, he also mentioned the BJCP designation and about how it educates people and how you should use it and stuff. And again, when you have your own thing, it's to each their own. Everyone reviews stuff differently. I don't think there's any one set way to review beers on YouTube, on Beer Advocate, wherever. You do what you enjoy, and that's all. And that's all it needs to be. If someone tells you differently, then they're wrong because you're having fun. But anyway,
I am curious about the orange candies though.
That's one of our buddies. That's one of our buddies, Guy from Drinking in Canada.
Oh, is that Guy? Okay.
Yeah, he has an affinity with a lot of orange candies, or where there's original Scotch candies. He gets that, and I don't know every single beer. Is it, Paul? About every single beer.
Yeah, every single one. The one that floored me was pressure treated lumber. That was the best tasting note I've ever got.
Pressure
Just fucking see what happens.
Wait, what?
He's gonna fuck something and see what happens.
You're breaking up there, Tom.
Thank God.
Toss it in a Zima. See what happens.
Oh, the Jolly Ranchers, the orange candy. It'd be fantastic. Rod.
The Zima's not going away anytime.
No, toss it in a fucking Zima.
Zima.
William continues, William Kepley. I'm drinking a Narragansett, a Lovecraft, the unnameable black lager, 7.5% alcohol by volume, 76 IBUs, which seems like pretty big IBU rating for a black lager, but it is imperial version. Schwarzbier style, which is a black lager. Have any of you guys tried it? I don't know how many people.
I don't know.
I haven't tried that one, but I've had regular Narragansett lager. I thought it was pretty good, actually.
Yeah, I haven't heard the greatest things about Narragansett, but the thing is, I just want to get all their Lovecraft stuff. Because that's awesome. And I want to try
HP, right? HP Lovecraft.
Well, then, William, you need to send it to Paul, and he'll pay you in favors that are other than the monies.
Anal sex.
There you go. I didn't want to say anything.
Okay.
Basement Beer says, quote, Rogue has some nice beers, unquote. The word nice has some grievances with this
Quote,
sentence.
quote.
He also continues with GoFundMe to get some headphones for Tom because of the voice issue. Drunken One said LOL Basement because he was a fan of that comment. Teku Murray says I get orange candies and everything most of all the time, which, yeah, who wouldn't? Best beer ever, Mill Street Vanilla Porter.
I do like vanilla porter though.
That is a troll comment because the albino rhino said it was the best beer he's ever had when he had it out of the fermenter, and then he got it in cans and it wasn't as great, so we troll him to this day about it. So it's a good beer though. They do nitro version of it. They do like actual nitro versions of it. It's pretty. Basement Beer says Polish sex juice. I'm unsure of what he's referring to. My beard or Paul's? Well, Paul's soul. I don't know. Yeah, Paul, did you go to Schramm's?
No.
I told you. Didn't I tell you, Eric? I knew he wouldn't go. This motherfucker.
I think you went to the other one, didn't you?
11 o'clock at night.
Oh, I'm gonna go to B Nectar where they make inferior products.
No, I already went to B Nectar.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. That's on you.
No, I'm thinking about hitting all the Detroit stuff on my way down, either Friday night or Saturday.
Nice.
Because that way I can hit the Bottle Shop and then Kuhnen's and then Schramm's and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then he said in reply, for fuck's sakes. That's what he said.
Well, I think it was cool and appreciate everybody coming out. And we can go overtime and still drink some beer. Because I know Paul just opened one up there. So
one.
Yeah, he just started. He just cracked it open.
But, it's just something a little bit different we did it tonight and everything. So
we stayed on topic for the most part, aside from Jake telling us about his breakfast, which, hey, no big deal.
Yeah. We kind of stay on topic for the most part. Everything. So, fun time. Appreciate everybody watching. And I guess we'll do it next week. Because we like to drink.
You see, there's no confidence in that. I guess we'll do it next week.
We'll do it next week.
Possibility.
I got 2 thumbs down, so I don't know if any trolls followed anybody here or people are waiting to see the show go off the tracks a little bit more and it didn't happen. I don't know.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
The ball just got here. I think that's why we're closing out.
But we tried to keep it from going off the tracks tonight. I don't know if people didn't like that or what. So
I have no idea.
Thank Eric for keeping me
That's not the usual Jerry Springer episode.
right,
So they don't
what's
like
the
that.
What's that, Paul?
I said you should thank Eric for keeping me off your show because I had to drive. So, I mean, you stayed on topic because I wasn't here being an asshole.
We didn't have the Maury Povich, I am your father right moment. So. But thanks again. And if anybody has any comments, they can throw them out there and we'll go from there. I guess I'll see you guys next week. Well, we'll hang out with everybody else next week.
You just teased everyone.
You'll be here next week, Ryan.
I'll be here.
Thursdays count on you.
I'm going to get another beer. Yeah, maybe tomorrow night we'll have Lance and Lux on his show too. So that's always.
There you go.
Assuming
Think about this. Will Lance fall or not? So there you go. You got to go to watch his channel. But Billy, I was going to say Billy actually was commenting. Make sure you check out his channel. He does some pretty good stuff on his beer channel too.
Yeah, he does.
So make sure you take a look there on some of the stuff that he's doing. And
no ill will.
Backwoods sex.
Yeah, no ill will or anything about his BJCP stuff. Like I said, it's to each their own.
Yeah, I mean,
do what you do, man.
BJCP, and it can educate. It does educate a lot of people. I know some people that actually do look at it and get a lot of good data, and I agree with a good amount.
Need your education.
Well, and like I said, what Tom was saying, I wasn't disagreeing with Tom. I think him and Billy had a good point with you can't really compare a lager to an IPA, and a lot of people do. But what my point was that I don't think there's enough people out there that actually know every style to a T to be able to review to style every single time.
Right.
No.
I think
I just don't want the taste.
If somebody was just doing lagers, they could learn that style, and everything they would do be a lager. They'd be good. Okay, this lager does this, this, and this. But yeah, when you go across lines, you have to know the other styles you're going across.
Yeah, and
I
there's
think-
like
I
you said,
think-
there's a reason why there's only so many master cicerones and only so many really highly rated BJCP.
16 in the
Yeah,
whole
it's
Cicerones.
Wow.
and even they don't know every single style to a T. I'm sure, especially with so many styles coming up and popping up and being official styles nowadays. It's
I mean,
it's
some people will say, "Oh, I don't like lagers. I like a good pilsner, though."
yeah, that's always great.
You know, pilsner's a lager, right?
I know the greatest pilsners.
I like a good dunkel. You know, that's a lager, right?
I don't really like ales, but I love stouts.
Yeah. And that's why I've done this stuff about the ratings and these people that go after them and these stores that put up the rate beer things and all kind of stuff there. Man, just drink the beer you like, learn about the beer yourself, and find a good resource.
There's so many people in this hobby that like to tell everyone else how to rate beer or how to how to do a YouTube channel. Oh, you should review it to style, or you should review it this. Like, do what you like. And if somebody doesn't like the way you're doing it, there's a simple solution. They can just not watch your channel. That's how that works.
You can stop telling me what to do.
I keep it simple with the whole thing. It's either spit or swallow, right? Don't buzz with dollars.
Second one, I cannot
right?
agree with that.
Spit or swallow. Would you buy it again?
I did not get to the end of the show. Stop broadcasting.
You hit the button a long time ago, Rod.
Yeah, I missed my segue there.
Yeah, segue, Rod. Right?
That's Joe's
That was
fault.
kind. That was kind.
That was real kind.
Hey, I was here for the pre-interview thing where y'all weren't. A couple of us were in here for the pre-interview.
Yeah.
I was trying to class up the place, so y'all gotta mind your manners.
Yeah, Paul.
What?
Paul wasn't here long to wreck anything.
Eric, holy, you all right, buddy?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Just fuck that bicep. Just sneeze all over it. Whatever that was.
All right, everybody.
That was
Well,
like,
I got your Freddy Krueger shirt all dirty.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching this first episode of the Beer Flow, and see you next week.
Deuces, bitches!
Oh,
PSA.
Wait a minute.
Hold it. Did you-
messed it all up.
Eric has the PSA because we all care. No, we all care about
PSA.
you.
If you drink and drive, I will take a baseball bat to your kneecaps.
That's good enough, man. That's good enough. That's good enough.
People, come on, Joe Pesci.
Guys,
I'm messed up now.
I will fucking.
I will slap you repeatedly.
guys, if you had too much
This is
drink,
the first time that I really get to see Joe with the beard and everything, and I'm just thinking if I give him a wheelchair and some ratty fucking clothes, he could be a homeless veteran. Looks like that.
That's the nicest
Hurry up with that
compliment
PSA,
tonight.
Paul's
This
still
is why
here.
you're here.
Well, I guess it's
I've
better.
been called.
Terrorist,
That's a
Come on,
step up
Eric.
from a
I don't know if I
terrorist.
can do it now. You got me all flustered.
All right, let's go, Eric. Eric.
Get in the zone, man. Get in the zone. This is your world.
All right,
Cards.
guys. If you had too much to drink, please get a designated driver, guys. Get an Uber, taxi, Lyft, something. Just don't be a hero and drive home drunk because you're gonna get pulled over. You're gonna do this stupid sobriety test. You're gonna get jail time, court fees, possible prison time. Hit or kill somebody. You're going in the slammer a while, and if you kill yourself, you're gonna be 6 feet under. Just sleep off your buzz. Get your car the next day, man.
Railroaded it.
There you go. If your roommate throws a beer at you, do not stab him with a spoon.
And if I find out you drive home drunk, you're getting it back to the kneecaps.
That is a baseball cap,
And we
baseball
are-
bat to the kneecaps.
To the knee.
Did I say baseball cap?
It did
I'm gonna
sound-
put my baseball cap on your kneecaps.
But either way, take a
Thanks,
baseball cap
Rod.
to the kneecaps. I don't know what that's going to do.
Baseball. Yeah.
Thanks, Rod.
Hit you with my hat.